Well, hello everybody. My name is Matt and I have 2 degrees, and welcome to the final episode or the final week of our Tim Burton movie marathon. Woo! But also, because we love Tim Burton on this channel. Tonight, we are talking about Sweeney Todd. It's the synthesis, it's the hybrid of 2 things that I absolutely love. Movies and musical theater, specifically within those categories, Tim Burton and Stephen Sondheim, like 2 amazing creative minds that I just adore the work of. And so those 2 coming together was a big deal for me when this movie came out. And this was my first time revisiting it, actually, since seeing it in theaters, probably the night that it released, because as much as I love musical theater, I have a very hard time with blood. Blood in me, just, it's not a thing. But like, I endured this movie in theaters to hear Sondheim. So there it is. Let's see who we have joining us here today in the chat. We have my cat, Eliza. Hello, Eliza. Many meows to you. Who else? We have Sabrina, the other cat. Hello, hello. And Martha, my mother. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I don't think any of you have seen Sweeney Todd, nor do I think any of you would enjoy Sweeney Todd. So there it is. We have a wonderful lineup of guests for this evening. But so far, only one of them is here. So we're going to bring her in. Here we go. It's Jeanette, everybody. Woo!
It's me, and I love blood.
Okay, then you are the perfect person to have here.
Right?
Really.
I feel I was watching it, and I did forget how bloody it was, and it's pretty fantastic.
Oh, as have I. Oh my gosh, Tim's here. Tim is here. I love Tim. Tim.
Hello, Tim.
Tim, do you want to come on the show? Message me. I'll send you a link. I want to hear your thoughts.
He enjoyed Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, well, Tim is like my foremost Sondheim knowledgeable friend out of all the people that I know. Like, I know a lot of musical theater people. Tim to me is like the Bible of Sondheim. So
well,
I'm flattered he's
yes.
here. I know.
But
anyway,
welcome, Tim. That's pretty great.
Tim. Indeed. So yes, welcome. But also welcome, Jeanette. So Jeanette, opening question: favorite pie?
Favorite pie?
Yes.
Oh man, why did I not predict that this was going to be that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I got a cheap pie and I got a fancy pie.
Okay.
So if you've in New Orleans, there's these little hand pies called Hubig's pies, and that's my favorite type of pie.
Delicious.
Potentially a moon pie, also for a cheap pie. But then for a fancy schmancy pie, I like berries, but with some apple in the berries for texture.
Like an apple berry hybrid pie?
Yeah, I like a berry pie mainly, but apples make everything a little bit meatier. It's pretty nice.
Vincent's a fan of blueberry.
Yes.
One of the best pies I've ever had in my life. It was a blueberry peach pie. It was a seasonal pie.
Yes.
Stratford, Ontario at Shakespeare Pies. And I think I've been to Shakespeare Pies many times since then. They've never since then had this amazing blueberry peach pie, and I dream of it.
Blueberries and peach, and you put a little basil in a whipped cream, and then have like a basil whipped cream. That'd be delicious.
God, that's good. Yeah, that's a song that
sounds...
got cut from this movie, but very singable.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, they put the song in, but they cut out all the people singing God, That's Good. It's when Helena Bonham Carter's serving everyone, and she's like, nice to see you, dearie. How have you been keeping? Blah, 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 blah. Then everyone comes in, and they're like, God, that's good. Then they're all chanting. They're like, more hot pies, more hot, more pies.
That sounds amazing.
Look, he's here to sing along. Sing along, Alex. Here we go.
More hot pies. God, more that's good.
Nice to see you, dearie.
Alex, you've escaped the blue void.
You have.
Yeah, I mean, not, much to my chagrin. I didn't want to leave, but yeah, that's where, it's where we are. It's where we are today.
Okay.
Okay.
Respectable. It's nice to see you out of the blue void. And there we go. There it is. Cool. So welcome. So Alex, I posed to you the same question. Favorite pie, please.
Favorite pie.
Yes.
And
you can pick 2 as well if you want.
Yeah. I mean, I have an interesting relationship, or at least interesting to me, with pies. Mm-hmm. I had a friend in theater school who I got to bake me pies on various occasions, homemade pies. Among them, I think I want to say I had like a blackberry maybe a blackberry, blueberry. I had a strawberry for sure. I'm not sure if it was strawberry rhubarb or strict. I think it was strict. I think I had a strictly strawberry, no rhubarb pie.
Strictly strawberry. I like that name. That sounds like a lipstick. Strictly strawberry.
It does.
And I also commissioned a Nutella pie. And let me tell you, chocolate pie is as yummy and as decadent as it sounds.
Mandy Adams' favorite.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know that chocolate pie is my like go-to every time. Like I'm a sucker for key lime. I'm a sucker for banana cream. I'm a sucker for peach cobbler.
You're a pie man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot of things, a lot of food. Man. It's not just pies, but I'll chocolate and whatever, banana cream. Let's do it.
Okay, well, I just want pie. No one has said meat pie yet, which I find fascinating.
I was gonna go there, but I was gonna leave it wide open.
Respectable. All right, let's bring in our next guest. It's Lisa, everybody.
Hello.
Lisa. Welcome. So I posed you the same question, please. Favorite pie to open up the evening?
Ooh, okay. Pecan.
Oh, good choice.
I love
traditional.
Yes.
Favorite.
Just like eating delicious brown sugar with like a nutty, crisp topping. So
it's
good.
literally just eggs, corn syrup, and pecans. Like that's
Truly.
the traditional
That butter,
recipe.
Yeah, like that butter tart mixture.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Pecan tarts. Isn't that like an Ontario or Canadian thing? Or
butter tarts are,
it's
but
a
not
Louisiana
pie,
thing
really.
for sure, and a Georgia thing.
Pecan pie, pecan tarts.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I think the butter tartness, the packaging of it as a tiny bite-sized pie, and the elimination
That
of
might
everything but the
be,
filling,
yes.
that's a Canadian thing.
Yes.
Okay, I see. I will also say I like cheese pie. Has anyone ever had like cheese pie?
No.
Is that like cheesecake?
Well, no, there's like it's like I don't know. I've had it with like spinach, so like a spinach cheese pie.
Oh, like a quiche?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make you. I would make you the best quiche you've ever had in your life.
Oh my god. I want
I
Jeanette
love quiche. Yes. Oh, we should just have a giant dinner party and then hire Jeanette to cater for us, and then also enjoy the food with us.
Wait, hold on. I missed what Jeanette's favorite pie was. What was yours?
What?
What's that?
Oh, mine is berries with apples, but there's also these little hand pies from New Orleans called Hubig's pies, and they're like various fruit flavors. They're cheap, but they're a thing.
Delicious.
That does sound delicious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I also enjoy all fruit pies, but still that blueberry peach pie stands out in my memory as one of my favorite pies that I've ever had. I don't know if I would say blueberry peach is my favorite, but who knows me. Maybe it is. I also appreciate mincemeat pie, even though a lot of people hate on it.
Yeah.
Mincemeat is good.
I don't know that I've ever had mincemeat pie.
Yeah, like no actual meat, but just delicious chopped up,
Does a calzone count as a meat pie?
I would say so.
I would say so. Hey,
No.
Why not, Alex? Alex,
Yeah.
explain to the professional chef why not.
Oh, wait a minute. But yeah, no, I know. I would imagine the process of preparing a calzone and just the tradition of a calzone, I would imagine is pretty different than the tradition of pies and also the way of baking it. I may be wrong. I'm not a professional chef, but
no, I'll go with colada then. That's my favorite meat pie.
Okay.
Well, now that we're all sufficiently hungry, fantastic. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
I know, right? Now
let's talk about the
eating
Cannibal
humans.
musical.
Yeah.
Woo, Cannibal musical, so exciting.
Woohoo.
Let's see, what do we have here in the comments? Mandy Adams found it creepy.
Oh,
Tim enjoyed it. Martha has never seen it and has no desire to.
fair.
Vincent watched it for the first time, thought it was awesome slasher movie, mediocre musical film. I think that's actually a very apt
That's
description.
correct.
That's easier for me to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Unlike human pie. Oh no.
Oh, where did
Alex, where'd you go?
He was like, I'm out. This is
He has
not
to go back
it.
to the blue
He's in some
background.
spooky cottage somewhere or
I
something.
know.
What's going on?
Or maybe that's just what's always been on the other side of the blue wall.
Of that blue boy.
Exactly.
What's
Well,
that?
while we wait for Alex to return, opening thoughts on this movie. Oh, wait, Alex is back. Well, now you two are on different sides. Oh, well.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Take me out. Put him
I
back.
could probably, hold on. Can I?
There you go.
Magic.
All is back. All is well
Magic.
with the world again. Okay. So opening thoughts on the movie. I guess first question was, no, we'll talk about the musical in a little bit. Was this anyone's first time watching this movie? Lisa, let's get your first impressions as a fresh pair of eyes. Fresh pair of eyes. Let's go.
Okay. Fresh pair of eyes. My first impression. I was scared. I was literally like scared and disgusted. And listen, everyone, if you've been following me on Instagram, you will know that I've like spent all of October watching like Halloween movies. And I watched all of Saw.
I was gonna say you liked Saw.
I like Saw 1. Let's be real. I like Saw number 1. Okay. The other ones were
just the one with the guy cutting his own foot off.
I can't even hear it. I can't even hear it. No.
Okay, but that's the thing though. Like seeing like slit throat after slit throat was traumatizing.
But it's so unrealistic.
It is. And I think that's why I like overall enjoyed it, and it was overall captivating because of like how like animated it was, even though it was a live action film. But I enjoyed it, yeah. But traumatized still. Like I was like, I can't watch. I can't do it. So that was me most of the time for the second half of the movie. But yeah, overall enjoyed it. Good first impression.
Well said, well said. Let's hear a first impression from another friend who has just joined us. It's Mary, everybody. Hello, Mary. So,
sorry,
Mary. Oh, no problem. You came just in time. The only thing you missed was we talked about our favorite pies. So, just rapid fire. What is your favorite pie before we get going?
Oh, it has to be something sweet, like peach cobblery pie, something.
Oh, so good. Solid choice. Yeah. Solid choice. So, Mary, was this your first time seeing this movie? I feel like it wasn't.
No, I saw this one in theaters with all of my theater friends way back in the day.
Perfect segue. Okay, let's talk about the first time we all saw this movie. I feel like most of us, for the rest of us, it was probably all in theaters. So, Mary, you go first.
Yeah, so I had just gotten into musical theater, like community theater and stuff, because I was never an outgoing person. And so I had all these friends and they were telling me about this great musical. And I was like, it looks pretty scary and I don't do scary things, but they were like, it's going to be okay. So we all went to the theater and saw it, and it was definitely disturbing. I agree with everything you said, Lisa. With all the cutthroats, I was like, this is just a little too much for me. Could do with a few fewer throats being smashed. But in any case, yeah, theater. And then it just like listening to all the music just like brought it all back. I was like, this is the best experience ever, even though it's so weird.
So weird indeed. I also saw this in theaters. I believe it was opening weekend, and I was in either first or second year of university of film
first
school.
Or second in grade. I was like,
no, we're the same age.
I know.
No, like university, like first or second year. I can't recall, one of those two. So I was going in with my film school mentality, and then I also had just like been freshly studying all the Tim Burton influences for this film, like the German expressionist silent films and everything. So I felt smart because I was like, I get the references, but also I had a hard time watching it because I hate blood and gore. So I went with one of my theater friends, and like I spent a good portion of the movie watching between my fingers because I was scared, but I knew when the violence was coming. So that was cool. And my overall impression of it at the time was just, I'm so on board with this because it's a big Hollywood adaptation of a Broadway Sondheim musical that I adore. And my feelings have very much changed since then, but we'll discuss that later. How about you, Jeanette?
So I saw this in theaters too. I'm supposing it was sometime around opening weekend. We made a point of seeing most Johnny Depp movies at the time. So yeah, I had no reference for this when I first saw it. Like I knew it was a musical, but I had never been privy to the soundtrack or any recordings of it. So this was my first exposure to it, and I fell in love. I love it. Since then, I've seen bits and pieces of stage productions. I haven't sat down and watched one from beginning to end, so I'm not familiar completely with all the things that aren't in the movie. I loved it because all those years of wanting Tim Burton to be able to go there with the gore, like he never really did. This was very exciting for me, for someone who likes blood and gore in movies. And so that in a musical, which at that point in my life I hadn't seen either. So that was really awesome. Like Little Shop of Horrors was probably like the goriest thing like I'd seen in a musical. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. The imagery, I love the cartooniness of everything. I will say, without being too crass, that I think this is the hottest that Helena Bonham Carter's ever been in this movie. This is my Helena Bonham Carter. Like, this is the one I really like. So yeah, that was, I love everything about this movie.
I'm excited for you to change my mind. Alex, do you remember the first time you saw this movie? Did you also see it in theaters, or was it after?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm pretty well. Yeah, I don't think I saw it. I saw it in theaters. I think I just saw it. After at home or something like that. Yeah, and it was my first. For me, it was my first exposure to the musical, as it were, to the concept of Sweeney Todd, to the work of Sondheim. Well, like to that, I don't know if that was, it might have been my first exposure to Sondheim overall, but I'd have to think more on that to confirm that. Yeah, but otherwise, from what I can recall, I think I enjoyed it. I think I had a good time. I think I probably just enjoyed it for like the sort of superficial, gore of it and the darkness, as it were, of the material. And and I think actually, so it came out in 2007.
That sounds right.
So it actually probably corresponded with the first time, with the first musical that I did. So I was in high school, so I would have been 16 when this movie came out, and now, which again makes it kind of like, because I did sing, or maybe I sung it for the next musical. No, it was, I sung I Feel You, Joanna. I sung that song for an audition in the year would have been probably 2000, and it would have been either 2008 or 2009. So never mind. But yeah, I had a good time, and and then since my feelings have kind of changed, I had a good time watching it this time around as well. But I've since seen the musical live on stage, and I have different opinions now on the whole thing.
Brilliant. Well, that's a perfect transition, because I want to, before I ask how the movie holds up, I want to ask a quick go around as to anyone who's familiar with the stage material, because, like, for example, Vincent has a fascinating point that this movie has the weirdest arrangement of Roy Orbison's Pretty Women.
Where is that he's ever heard. Am I crazy?
Stop it! No, Pretty Women, the
Pretty Woman walking down.
The Johnny Depp sings, or is it Johnny Depp?
It's Johnny Depp and the Judge.
Alan Rickman.
And the Judge, yeah.
It's Johnny Depp and Alan Rickman.
Oh, I thought it was the Beetle and the Judge. Okay.
No, the Beetle and the Judge.
It's the Judge and Sweeney.
It's Professor Snape singing that with his deep voice.
Yeah,
Pretty Women.
And the reprise is right when Sweeney, spoiler alert, kills the Judge.
Yeah, Vince was just saying that this was his favorite Roy Orbison's Pretty Women, the entire movie. So.
Yeah,
I adore that. Tim says he remembers seeing the DreamWorks animation with the words I can't pronounce and names I can't pronounce. Dies Irae Epiphany music playing in the cinema. Fascinating. I don't recall that. I think I was probably too stressed out because I knew all the blood that was coming. But yeah, show of hands, who is familiar or was familiar before seeing this with the stage musical? Elisa, big sigh.
This Joanna was the only song in musical theater class in high school that the guys would sing. They would never sing any other song from any other musical. They would only ever sing that one. And it was just so frustrating, and it was even frustrating to hear a few nights ago, because I was like, I don't like the song. It's an annoying song. I understand.
But isn't it better now that Vecna sings it?
That's Vecna.
That's Vecna.
That's Vecna.
Right? I literally didn't see that guy in anything. I mean, he probably was in other things, but I literally, in between then and now.
Oh,
Okay,
my
more on
God.
Vecna later because I have such hot takes on it.
She looks
But,
so familiar, and
yeah,
I was like, it's just
specifically with
because I saw this
Joanna.
movie. Oh my God.
Yeah. Specifically with Joanna, dislike the song, dislike the sentiment of the song, but overall, like, killer arrangement, killer songs. I think Mrs. Lovett's pieces and like motifs are awesome. Like Sondheim knows how to write. So yeah, overall, love what the stage version is and like what I've now seen in the adaptation.
Nicely said. Mary, what are your thoughts on the source material? What's your familiarity with it?
I have it on DVD. Meant to watch it before this, but I didn't. And I've seen it, I think, twice, like in touring shows. And I remember liking the stage play better, but I can't really articulate why. And then I hate that loud whistle noise that they do.
The death whistle?
In the stage. Yeah, I hated that every single time. Take that part out, and then
that means it worked.
What happened? Is it like what happens when somebody dies in the stage?
On stage, anytime, or in the original production at least, anytime somebody dies, they have a loud screeching steam whistle that's like just at this perfect pitch to make you squirm uncomfortably. So anytime he slits the throat, it just goes like.
Okay, I gotta ask: is there a splatter zone at the stage production?
There should be.
There should be.
No, but there should be.
Wait, is this?
Oh yeah, it's coming back to Broadway with Josh Groban.
Oh yeah, I saw the ads for that.
Who is Josh Groban playing?
Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Oh,
I know that was kind of the face I made, and I was like, I don't see that.
I don't know about that.
Alex, we should go and be his backup singers.
Yeah, sure.
My
Sweeney have backup singers.
Right, it would be great. Alex, what's your level of familiarity? You said you've seen the production on stage.
Yeah, no, I did see it at the Shaw Festival. I don't recall exactly when they had it. It would have been sometime between 2014 and 2017. So maybe 2016. Or 15. So yeah, I saw it then. I don't recall I only saw it the one time live, and I don't recall every instance of how it was different from the film. There are scenes here and there, and I recall certain like takes that I had. So like certain characters on stage that I liked. Like I really liked the judge on the stage version that I saw, but that was, again, a lot of it probably was to do with the actor. I didn't like Anthony. Again, a lot of it to do with the actor. I wasn't thrilled with Joanna. She did a fine job. But anyway, these are not relevant to you guys. No, yeah, I remember. What I remember is that I did not like it as much as I liked the film. I remember I watched it and I walked away being like, there were things about the stage production and the stage version that I enjoyed. And at the time, I didn't really, because it had been like I saw Sweeney Todd around like in those first years that it came out. So sometime 2017, or 2007, 2008, 2009. So, and then I hadn't seen it since really. And I saw the stage show sometime, 2015, 2016. And I walked away from that being like, from what I remember of the movie, don't like it. I didn't enjoy the play as much. And then now, having rewatched the movie, and even though I don't remember the play particularly well, what I do remember, there are things that I remember about the play that I liked more from the play than in the film. But I still overall feel like I prefer the film over the play that I saw. So.
That makes sense. I've never seen it live, which I'm just realizing now. But I've seen the DVD with Angela Lansbury, and I think it's George Hearn, or maybe it's Len Caribou. I know that's not his name. It's something like that. It's one of those two. And so I'm familiar enough with the stage show, and I had a fascination with the revival that was on Broadway probably 20-ish years ago. Now, the one where all the actors were playing their own instruments, it was the John Doyle revival, and with Patti LuPone, and it looked amazing, outstanding, and they pared it down to like the cast was just the lead characters, so they doubled as the ensemble and as the orchestra, and it was kind of framed as though Toby was in an asylum and he was recounting everything, which I think is brilliant. And one of the main things that I really missed in this adaptation was the opening number and the closing number. And overall, I missed the Ballad of Sweeney Todd, because it's such a strong opening and it closes the show brilliantly, and musically it's so powerful. And I am always 100% on board to make changes and to cut things that need to be cut for adaptations, but I don't think the movie replaced the Ballads of Sweeney Todd with anything that helped it. Because one of my biggest takes rewatching the movie now was I felt there was a lot of stuff that was missing. I felt like the end was extremely abrupt, even though it ended on a super powerful image that I thought was disturbing and beautiful at the same time. I think I was looking through my fingers because there was too much blood. But from what I could suss out, it looked like a super powerful, beautiful image. Because at that point, you've seen so much blood that there's almost, I don't want to say a beauty to it, but there's, I don't know, like the extremity of it has this tragic artistry that I think is powerful, but it's so bleak. I feel just ending on the shot of Sweeney dying, as opposed to in the musical, you get that little bit of resolution with knowing what's going to happen, sort of, with Anthony and Joanna. Like, I think you need your good night, sweet prince moment. Like at the end of Hamlet, everyone dies so quickly, which always shocks me. Like when I saw Hamlet recently, I forgot how quickly literally everybody dies. But then you need that moment of the one survivor to kind of ground it, to, if not give hope, just give something. So that's my opening thought. I don't like this movie. And I'll get into more details later as to why. But yeah, how do we feel it holds up? Jeanette, how about you?
It held up fine for me. There was nothing that changed in my opinion of it, other than just reinvigorating my love of the music in this movie. And I don't know, the girl, I don't think I remember disliking anyone in the original viewing, and surprise, the thing I didn't really care for was the people who play Anthony and Joanna. And that's just, you know me, I never liked the love story part. Well, not the regular old run-of-the-mill love story. Like, I like the Sweeney Todd and Mrs. Lovett's love story. Like, I like that love story.
Kind of
I like half of
story.
it. I like the half of that love story that's being actually performed by an actor who's making an effort to do something in this film.
Oh, I like the other of that one, but
you know, I won't go there for Johnny. I won't come for him. But I don't think he has ever had a remarkable singing voice. Like, he's not a singer.
It's not the worst.
But I liked what he did with the part, because as long as your voice is unique, I'm fine with it. But so that held up for me. I realized this time around, I'm like, the girl that plays Joanna is kind of a wet napkin. I don't know what's going on there.
Amazing.
But yeah, so that's my only gripe this time around.
Joanna? Okay, fair. Mary, how does it hold up for you? Did you discover anything new on your most recent rewatch?
Aside from Vecna, which has blown my mind for the rest of the week. I was actually really bored for the first, quarter of the movie, and then
because they cut out the Ballad of Sweeney Todd.
I totally forgot that song was in the musical, and that is the thing I think that made me like the musical better than the movie. It's just so good. But yeah, I was very bored for the first part. I was thinking, man, this is going to take forever. This is just really creep crawling along. But then all of my favorite songs started happening, and I was like, yeah, I'm back in it. Let's go.
It definitely hits that point where all the songs just kind of start falling into place. And then, at that point, the pace definitely picks up. But so much is lost by not having the Ballad of Sweeney Todd. Even though I don't know how it could have worked on film, but it's just they could have done more than just used it as background music for the credit sequence. The horribly animated early 2000s credit sequence with the
it was basically just the chocolate factory. Yeah, it was just the chocolate sequence, but with blood, which made it even better.
Exactly what I was thinking watching it. It was
how hard would it have been for them to actually grind meat and film it?
Well, That's very 70s of you. I mean, are we really doing that? Who's doing that? That's
practical effects. Come on.
That's weird.
No, you're right.
I'd be
You're
like,
right.
what is that? Is some art house stuff right there. You'd be like, what?
Okay. Alex, how did it hold up for you? I feel like you kind of touched on it, but how does it hold up for you now?
Yeah, I overall I still I still walked away feeling like I still had a good time watching the movie. Um, I as far as I can tell, I was still overall more entertained with the film and the play. I thought now with the context of the play, I had some expanded thoughts on the character of Sweeney Todd. I've also seen like kind of in contrast to, or in similarity and contrast to what Lisa was saying about how you kept here, you were so exposed to Joanna. I feel you, Joanna, over and over again.
Yeah.
I got to hear, girls sing the Greenfinch and Linnet Bird song. I got to hear boys sing the I have sailed the seas, beheld its wonders. And my friends, Sweeney Todd's, ballad about his razors. And so by virtue of all that and seeing the stage show where I did like the Sweeney Todd, I remember liking the Sweeney Todd from the stage show. And basically the long story short is that I felt like the Sweeney Todd in the stage show that I saw, and just overall my understanding of that character based on everything I was exposed to, it made it so that I found Johnny Depp's Sweeney Todd kind of wimpy, both from like a physical perspective. Johnny Depp's very like thin, and that's nothing against it, but it's just like compared to like an operatic and beefy Sweeney Todd, like somebody who sounds sort of big and epic, and who can make his songs these big and epic and operatic beasts, and somebody who physically is intimidating in that sense too, is tall and sort of menacing in that way, which again isn't even in the source material. It's not like there's any like song about how Sweeney Todd is this like bear of a man, but just based on what the one time I saw it live, and then even just listening to the songs and kind of developing a sense of who that character is, and the timbre of that character, if there is such a thing. I just felt like that's something that I walked away with, where it was like, now again, I didn't hate Johnny Depp, and I didn't hate his Sweeney Todd. I just kind of walked away with certain moments where I was like, like this song, not really doing it for me. But there were plenty of other songs that I thought were fine. And I really enjoyed a lot of moments of Johnny Depp's. Like I enjoyed like Mrs. Lovett's, Down by the Sea song. I love the comedy of having, Johnny Depp just, stare kind of deadpan, dead ahead, and in this kind of shirt on the beach, and like anyway, I love the humor of that like sequence, and anytime that humor kind of occurred throughout the show, which I think was a few times, where sort of Johnny Depp's just like deadpan, murderous stare dead ahead, in contrast to what was going on around him, I appreciated that. So
we've opened the floodgates. Let's talk about Johnny Depp in this movie. I'll go first. I think he's the reason I don't like this movie. And I think it's him paired with Tim Burton for so many reasons. So absolutely, like Johnny Depp makes one face in this entire movie. There's absolutely, it feels like he's not acting. It feels like the whole movie he's just looking slightly down and doing nothing. And it's the face that he made in the Down by the Sea song. And I can get on board with having a non-singer as Sweeney in a film adaptation, but something I think is lost when you don't have a voice who can sing it in the way in which it was written. But beyond that, I don't think he had the passion in any of the songs that are needed, that are kind of complemented with having like that big booming baritone voice, because he just, first off, he sounded like Jack Sparrow to my ear in the entire film. It sounded
That
like
whole
Captain
first
Jack
scene.
sing his way through the entire thing.
I guess
And
because they opened the movie with him on a boat.
no, that's partially it too.
You almost
Like, you
can't
can't not see
escape
Jack.
that.
You can't not see Jack Sparrow. It's true.
Right.
So first off, like, he sounds like Jack Sparrow, and then I just I understand that film is a subtler medium, but so much of the reason I think Sweeney works on stage is because there's a grandeur to both Sweeney and Mrs. Lovett, and there's a broad dark comedy to both of them, and there was no comedic edge to Johnny's Sweeney that I think is so important. That's also written into the damn material, and they cut a lot of it too from A Little Priest. A Little Priest is like the ultimate pun wordplay battle between two people who are. He kind of, like, he said what
they touched around it.
Yeah, but they didn't embrace it. It felt like, and right here, what Bob is saying makes so much sense to me, that Burton hates musicals, and it felt like it was somebody who was making a musical trying to tone down all the musical elements. And Johnny, to me, was the non-glue that made the movie fall apart. Like, I liked Helena Bonham Carter more than I thought I would. And I feel that if there was a Sweeney that was delivering the same type of performance as her, where I felt like she was doing stuff, I could feel the love on her end, and she was still playing things very subtly, but it kind of worked for me, and it felt like she was acting against the wall. Anyway, that's my Johnny Depp rant. Lisa, how do you feel about Johnny in this movie?
I mean, I'm not a Johnny Depp fan by any means. And I agree with what Vince said in the comments that Mr. T from the A-Team would have been a much better Sweeney Todd, even though very funny, as it may be. I just kept wishing that, like, it was Mandy Patinkin in the role, like, the entire time. Like, could you imagine Mandy Patinkin being, like, all, like, devilly and demony with Helena?
Yes.
I think he has the voice for it, and I think, like, it's also in my mind, like, when he was on Criminal Minds, he was around all that blood a lot of the time.
I was like, where did you pull him from?
I mean, he is a Sondheim, like, musical theater person.
Is he?
He did Somebody in the Park with George, with what's her name? Bernadette Peters. Yeah. I don't know. And I think he would have, like, I kind of agree that, I mean, it's fine that, like, Johnny Depp kind of embodied more of that goth-like type of, like, emo looking, feeling
Edward Scissorhands.
I think you just nailed why 2007 Jeanette was like, yeah, no, this movie's amazing.
No, and, like, yeah, totally. Like, I appreciate that aesthetic and that vibe. I think it worked. It didn't terribly detract me from enjoying the movie, but I kept questioning, like, why is he a demon? Like, I get he's a murderer. I get he's a serial killer.
Okay.
Well, he's not a demon in the movie because they don't say that ever, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's on the poster.
It's on the poster. Is this?
And I think it's the title.
While we're touching on the subject of him being a demon, can I make one analogy here?
Yeah,
I'm watching it this time, and I'm like, this is The Crow. This is The Crow. This guy came back from somewhere beyond. He's been gone for many years, and now he's back to avenge his love.
Yes.
And I was like, this is The Crow. He even kind of looks like The Crow. Could be a personal thing, but
I haven't seen The Crow, but I like what I'm getting from this analogy.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm pretty sure. I was like, the story is. Yeah, I don't know what made me think that when they said demon. I was like, where's the demon part? Where's
That's
that?
The thing. I was like, I get it. He's a bad guy, but he's not a demon. I think Mandy Patinkin could be a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think he was, like, the best singer, and it's kind of unfortunate that was the case, because it's always nice to see really powerful men sing, like a trained male singer. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, he was not the reason why I liked it, but he was a good placeholder as to put him in. So
placeholder's I can agree with placeholder. I think my thing with him also as Sweeney is that, again, not so much to do with his lack of singing training or his capability compared to other people who have sung the Sweeney role. I feel that he's an actor who's not as accustomed to acting through singing, and I felt that discomfort. And regardless of how strong you are as a singer, I do feel like that's a style of acting that if you just get thrown into it the first time, as I feel he was with this, it's not as solid as if like Hugh Jackman, who would have been my Sweeney pick for this movie,
Good
were
choice.
Sweeney. Yeah. But yeah, Mary, how do you like Johnny in this movie?
I liked him a lot more back in the day, but I kind of agree with everything you guys are saying. I wish that people, when they're making these musical adaptations, or movie adaptations, they would choose like lesser known people. They always choose famous people, and then I feel like the movie suffers for that. So I agree. I wish they had chosen somebody with a deeper voice and more creepy, and I don't know. I love Johnny Depp, but yeah, all I could see was like Jack Sparrow and like a
Professor Snape.
grumpier Jack Sparrow.
Look, their eyeliner is completely different. All right.
Yeah, it's gotten smudged now. It's all around the eye.
It's been out on the ocean for a while.
Yeah.
All that salt water.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like him a lot, but I don't know. They could have had somebody stronger, but you know, Tim loves his Johnny, so
Yeah, and I like Johnny was, if I recall, a condition on this movie getting made. Like,
oh,
Tim said he'd only do it if Johnny was Sweeney,
Yeah, of course.
because that was, that they were at that point in their relationship. So, Jeanette, induct us into the Johnny
you
Depp
want mine
Hall of
too?
Fame.
Yeah, no,
let's go.
sure, yeah. I mean, I started off biased, so I went into this. I
True.
went to this movie because Johnny Depp was in it. Had he not been in it in 2007, I may have not ended up in that theater. I don't know, but I found out that I loved it. That said, like I said, I don't think he's a great singer. I don't mind it in this because he's playing a character, and I'm fine with it. Again, because of my lack of exposure to the stage play, I like this sort of Sweeney Todd. I want the guy that's killing everybody to look like somebody that's killing everybody. And so I'm like, I'm down with this look. I'm down with the feel of his voice. I like that he gets kind of like laser focused and very kind of more monotone towards the end, because I feel like you can tell he's like slipping, like everything's kind of falling apart, this whole plan to do anything. I really love his acting in the time period where we're supposed to see him like coping with the loss and moving on right before he gets just like sucked back into everything. I can feel his despair there, and that was to me a highlight of him acting in this. And I like his chemistry with Helena Bonham Carter. So I mean, I thought that was one thing that would have suffered had this been anyone else. I can't think of anyone like I mean, unless you're gonna I don't know, unless you scrounge somebody up that I've never seen her with before, this is one of my favorite chemistries that she's had with anyone on screen.
What about Ewan McGregor in Big Fish?
Ooh.
Sure, but not. I didn't feel it. There was I mean, you could cut that you could cut that tension with a knife. That was she really that all played really well. I don't know what he did for that equation of it. Maybe that's all her. But that whole dynamic, that's what I mean. I like that love story. That one's not blasé. I like that, dynamic.
Yeah, I feel like Helena's, she's an amazing actor in every way. I thinking back on it now, I think she has this incredible ability to just give her scene partners a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of longing. Because I'm thinking about her, I don't know why right now, but I'm thinking about her in The Crown, because that's probably the most recent new thing that I saw her in. And just the desperation and the vulnerability from her in that, to me, is just that's what she's so good at, to varying degrees of how much she lets it out. But yeah, in this movie, I got the love.
Yeah, I felt like this was
perfectly.
most similar to what she did in Fight Club. I
I
felt
forgot she was
I
in
agree.
Fight Club.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
that's
Yeah.
I agree.
prior to this movie, that was what I really knew her for, was that
Mhm.
movie.
Nicely said. Let's jump into the comments because we have some hot takes here. Tim says, the issue is largely in the writing. I say that as someone who loves the show and likes the movie. Once Sweeney becomes fixated on judging Turpin, Sweeney becomes a one-dimensional character. I would agree with that. I can see that. But then the hottest of takes, Johnny Depp is the strongest singer in the Tim, defend.
Tim, whoa.
In the movie? He's saying Johnny Depp is the strongest singer in the movie?
In the movie.
Yeah.
What?
Tim, defend.
I'd say Alan Rickman's a better singer than him.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman really
agree with that.
Alan Rickman kind of blew me away. I didn't
I would have been so happy if
I didn't know
Alan
he
and
could sing
Johnny
like
switched
that.
roles in this movie. I was watching this thinking, Johnny would have been such a
Alan
good
Rickman
judge.
as Sweeney Todd. You want to talk about how do you make that role any sexier? That's like
right.
That's amazing.
I mean, I'm really dubious about the voice, though. I'm curious. Is there an extended edition of this movie where Alan Rickman has some like amazing ballad?
I don't know. I loved his singing.
I don't know. He has like, a good tone. Like it's very pleasing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to the
He's an angel.
What?
He just sings up here, pretty women, pretty women.
Oh my God.
It sounded like Snape singing. It's true.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not. I don't hate it or whatever, but I don't think he has any facility for it beyond, like, yeah.
Well, hey, Tim thinks Johnny Depp's the best singer, so I think we're all open to our own opinion.
Yeah.
Well, Tim is saying the cast is stacked with.
It really
is true. It is true.
Yeah.
They're all auto-tuned to hell. Also true. Also true.
I don't agree that they're all auto-tuned.
Little boy is probably the strongest singer, Toby.
Oh, Toby?
I would
Toby's
say,
great. Yeah, Toby's great.
Well, this kind of transitions into a thing I wanted to talk about, which is who was everyone's favorite performance from that like wasn't Helena or Johnny, because they're like, well, we haven't really discussed Helena. We can come back to her. Well, Helena deserves her own conversation.
Okay.
But everyone's favorite, that's not those two.
Oh my God.
For me, I personally loved everyone that was a sidelined side character, or everybody who wasn't a celebrity cast in this movie, to add a little bit of name or face recognizability. So mainly Toby, Joanna, Anthony, and Beggar Woman. Beggar Woman, I think, is my sleeper hit favorite in the movie, because also she's Mary Poppins. She originated Mary Poppins in the musical in London on the West End. So I adore her on that soundtrack when I listen to it. And I love that she was hired for this. And one thing that I even said whilst watching the movie was it just seemed, to my ear at least, very evident the difference in her performing her material versus the non-trained singers. And even though the stuff that she's singing is like, it doesn't go into the operatic-ish places that some of Sweeney's material does on stage, just the way that she grounds her voice with all this super fast patter stuff and the way that she's able to express emotion through song is, to me, on another level from what we're seeing from the more traditional film actors compared to those who haven't done a ton of musical theater. And yeah, I love Beggar Woman. She's my favorite. Love her. Yeah. Mary, who's your favorite?
Wow. I did think on this rewatch, I thought Toby was really good. I think the Beggar Woman too. I like just her little amount of movie that she was in was one of like our favorite in my little friend group. Like we would quote her the most, like, you know, sign of the devil, sign of the devil. That little, all her little lines were so great. Yeah, I think I have to go with her. And now that I know that she is the Mary Poppins,
Laura Michelle Kelly.
I have to.
Wow.
She's a queen. We love her. Yeah. Lisa.
I think I'm gonna go with Sacha Baron Cohen. So,
yes, I love him too.
I was offended on behalf of my Italian partner that he was posing as an Italian guy, and then it comes out and he's like, "I'm not actually Italian." So I just thought it was hilarious. But yeah, it was like great comic relief. I think he did a good job with the song. Yeah, but like Toby, like. I love Toby so much. I love Toby so much. I was like feeling for him the entire time. I loved his like connection with Mrs. Lovett. I felt so bad for him. I just wanted to hug him.
I have your attention, police.
Oh,
I know.
yeah, he would have been a great Peter Pan, by the way, in 2000.
Absolutely. Oh, can you imagine if it's switched and if Jeremy Sumpter was Toby? No, so much no. I like, that's one thing I do love about this film is that they cast an actual kid for Toby, because normally on stage he's very much a 30-year-old.
No.
Or like the youngest they'll go is maybe a teenager, but being able to have an actual kid adds such a different dimension to it
Mhm.
that I adore. And Sacha Baron Cohen, I forgot about how much I loved him. His scene
So short.
was the first time this movie got to where I wanted the whole movie to be in terms of balancing the comedy with the darkness.
Mhm.
And that was the vibe I wanted from all of them. And even when he turned off the fake Italian accent and he was just there to like blackmail Sweeney, it's like a side of Sacha I've never seen before. I love blackmailer Sacha.
He was
so
so
good.
intimidating.
He was.
He also has one of the best death scenes in the entire movie.
Oh, that's one of the
Yeah.
scenes where I closed my eyes, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, really.
I knew this was a serious movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
Things
my
are
god,
happening.
yeah, things are happening.
I still don't know really what happens. I heard a lot of cracking and squishing sounds, and that was all I needed to. That was all I needed to know.
It's playing in my mind right now.
Yeah, no, I'm still traumatized from the face crushing in Game of Thrones, so I don't need more moments like that to
When
try
did
to.
the face crushing happen? And
It's when the mountain is crushing the Mandalorian's face.
oh, the eyes.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
five
fuck,
frame.
yes. Oh, I swore.
That was a good
but
one.
I don't care. Oh, so bad. It was so bad. I can't. Anyway, Alex, favorite actor.
So I agree with Lisa. I think if we're excluding the two main leads, I think I enjoy Sacha Baron Cohen, Adolfo Perelli, the most, and I will give a special shout out to the kid that Judge Turpin sentences to death by hanging. He
That
gives
was
a
so
great
sad.
he gives a great performance for 3 seconds when he's like
When does that happen?
Oh, they're just a very brief scene.
Yeah, at the very beginning. Well, not
It's not the beginning. It's before they or no, it's before the judge first goes to Sweeney for a shave. So there's a scene where he sentences the kid, and then he comes outside the courthouse, and then Beetle's like, "Hello, my lord. Pardon me, my lord. Blah blah, my lord." And it's auto-tuned as hell. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to the kid. Sacha Baron Cohen, and I also felt like that scene, like Pirelli's scene where he has the shave off against Sweeney. Is like a great example of what scenes like what's it called when Sweeney first meets Mrs. Lovett and like for a pie shop, whatever that song is.
Worst Pies in London?
Yeah, Worst Pies in London and a Greenfinch and Linnet Bird song. Like those two in particular, I felt like directionally they were very boring scenes to watch for the most part. They had a few things that were interesting, but overall I felt like the combination, like for Mrs. Lovett, I felt like Helena Bonham Carter's voice left a lot to be desired in terms of just sounding interesting. I thought she was very flighty and breathy for most of her singing. And visually, I wasn't really engaged with what was going on. And similar to the Greenfinch and Linnet Bird, I thought the actress playing Joanna sang fine. But again, it was just me staring at this girl singing and not doing a great job of storytelling. It's kind of how I like define it. Whereas Sacha Baron Cohen, I mean, granted, it's a sort of interesting, funny premise of a scene, but Sacha Baron Cohen isn't like, he's not jumping up and down and doing dances on stage. He's slowly shaving a man's face while singing this amusing song. And I feel like he's doing a way more storytelling with his expression, with the way he's singing the song compared to those two characters in particular. But I think the movie overall suffered, in my opinion, directionally in that way where, and probably that speaks to Tim Burton's hatred of musicals or whatever. Like
I agree.
You know,
I feel like Sacha's the only one who is allowed to have any type of emotion or to portray any type of stylization, as it were. But yeah. Well said. Jeanette, favorite?
I would say Alan Rickman, and God bless him, the man's been in a million movies, but the guy who always plays the crony, whatever that guy's name is,
Oh yeah,
Alan Rickman
Beetle.
and him, like
yeah,
I'm,
Wormtail.
if you
Yeah.
tell me don't pick Johnny Depp, my first option is going to be Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
So like I'm like, okay, cool. So yeah, Alan
Respectable.
Rickman and the guy that plays Beetle, because
Yeah.
they're freaking awesome.
Still imagining the version of the movie where Alan Rickman is Sweeney. Be so good.
That sounds great.
I know.
I would totally be down with that.
Just cast somebody else to sing it.
Yeah. I would take Alan Rickman singing it over Johnny singing it.
I don't know if I agree, but
There we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Helena to give her a little bit of love, or not love, if anyone wasn't a fan. I was a fan, and I didn't think I would be, but I was. She was a very different Mrs. Lovett from what I'm accustomed to, but she sold me on it. The subtlety worked. There were directorial things, I think, kind of hand in hand with what Alex said about how Worst Pies in London was kind of boring, and I agree, but I attribute that more to Tim than to Helena. But Helena gave a beautifully subtle performance that had layers and nuance that worked wonderfully for me. Lisa, you got all excited when I said Helena. What do you think?
Look, I love that woman so much. I would do anything to meet her. She is so great. She's a fantastic actor. And I really like what they did, like, directorially with her song at the beginning when, like, she's making the pie and, like, because on, like, the stage version that I've, like, seen recordings of, like, it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Angela Lansbury does an amazing job. But yeah, like, just with her, like, interpretation and, like, the bugs and, like, with the beating, like, it was great. Like, and I think she brought this, I don't know, this weirdness and this whimsicalness to the character that I sometimes, like, when I've seen recordings of other Mrs. Lovetts, they don't bring, and that's fine. Like, that's their interpretation. But I thought she was, like, a very strong singer. Yeah, I like, she could do no wrong. She could do no wrong. I will be sad if somebody does not like her in this movie. And I do think, yeah, she held up that relationship between her and Todd, like, flawlessly, even though she really had hardly anything to play off of. And that's fine. Like, also, that's fine. That's like a Johnny Depp, like, and Tim Burton decision to make Sweeney not as interested. Fine, whatever. But yeah, no, love that woman. Oh, yeah. Yes.
I also know she added a quality to Mrs. Lovett that I like. I know it's there in terms of the writing, but one that I haven't seen as much with other performers, where I really got the maternal longing from her, where she just really wanted to look after people, even though she was in no position to. But yeah, like, I felt like she wanted a kid, even if she had to steal one from evil barber. So there we go.
And, like, all she wanted was, like, a husband, and he was a murderer.
Yeah. She was
just trying her best. She wanted to be the best pie maker, but she was making crappy pies, but she was owning it. Like, she knew. That's what you do. That's the best marketing advice I've ever gotten. You take your weakness and turn it into your strength. Yeah.
Worst Pies in London. Owning it.
Done.
Mary, how do you feel about Helena?
Yeah, I thought she was great. I especially loved the end of the By the Sea, where she's got this grumpy ass Sweeney next to her and this little kid who's been through all kinds of trauma, and she's just, like, holding both of them like this and just, like, living her best life on this little picnic blanket. I was just like, she just, yeah. I like how you said that she just gives so much love to her co-workers or actors or whatever. Like, yeah, you could totally feel that. And, like, she was just taking care of them the whole time, and she's so good. She's like, here, to have some alcohol. This will fix it. Like, whatever she could do, she was gonna do, and it was just so sweet. And you could just see her heart breaking when she knew that Toby was an issue now and all that stuff. Like, I thought she was great, and I liked her singing. It was high and screechy and fun. I don't know. I loved her.
She's lovable. Jeanette, what are your thoughts on the HBC?
Well, I said a lot already. I thought she did a really great job. I think that she communicated, like, so many different things in the storytelling of her songs. I think for someone to possess all of the elements of what like kind of like the female or woman or whatever archetype. She's maternal, there's definitely sexual tension there, and she's a strong woman. Like, she is literally, like, she does own this place, and like she's, you know, she runs her business and everything, like, and she's the one that comes up with the idea. So like, it's yeah, I don't know, I just, for someone to possess all those things and be able to accurately portray them, especially with being able to have sexual tension with one actor and then be maternal with another and have it not be creepy, is like it's creepy coming from Toby to me. Like, Toby singing his song to her is really hella creepy, but to me, like, she is just trying to be a mom figure to him, and for that scene to only be creepy on one side takes a lot of talent. I also would love to know if you could tell me if there is actually a line in the stage production that says "poppin' pussies and pies."
Oh yeah,
that was the best line. I was rolling. I had to rewind. I was like,
Mrs. Mooney has a pie shop where she takes all the stray cats and kills them and turns them into
way that
pies.
Helena Bonham Carter delivers that line, it was freaking hilarious. Oh my god.
Bob Hunt made a good point about how hopefully my cats, Sabrina and Eliza, didn't listen to the whole song.
Oh, you poor cats.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
And a pussy's good for maybe 6 or 7 at the most. And you know they can't compare as far as taste. Yes.
The way she delivers that line is
just listening it on repeat over and over.
Oh my gosh. And Alex, have you shared your Helena thoughts? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, I also do, like, I didn't specify, I don't think, but I do typically, and I did in this instance, enjoy her work as an actor, right? I enjoyed her work, and was entertained.
Yeah. So, as were we all. So I think she won all of our hearts in this movie.
I will also say that the costume design specifically for Mrs. Lovett was excellent.
Yeah.
Like her dresses and even like her hair and makeup, great. Love it.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the fence with the costumes for some characters. Actually, Mrs. Lovett's costume specifically, I pointed out whilst watching the movie, that looked beautiful, but also I was thinking, could she afford that dress? Like, it looked a little too
first ones were all tattered.
Later in the movie,
there was like there were so many embellishments and
so if you notice her costuming changes in the scene. Well, you probably noticed it. Whenever the meat pie shop takes off, she has a nicer dress from like that then on out. And like, I don't know, I noticed that this time around. I don't know that I really noticed it the first time. I thought that was pretty cool.
God, that's good. Nice to see. Yeah, I do. I like the idea kind of the visuals of this movie, but it's a good segue into the next thing I want to talk about, which is the direction, the Tim Burton direction of the movie, kind of coupled with how we feel about it as an adaptation of a musical. So I guess to frame both of those questions, I want to know what everyone's favorite sequence was, what you think the strongest directed part of the movie was, specifically in terms of how it adapted something that was written for the stage into something that was more of a visual medium, aka a movie. Like, first off, I'm of two minds. I like the visual appeal of the movie, but at the same time, this movie to me feels like if you told an AI to make a Tim Burton movie, it would make this. Like, there were so many things that were just so classic Burton, or what people think of when they think of Tim Burton, that to me didn't fit the movie. Mostly just the white streak in Johnny's hair. Didn't like it. Didn't like the white streak.
Is that not a thing? Is that not a thing they do?
No. In the stage show at the end, Toby's hair is supposed to go white because he's traumatized by discovering he's been eating humans. But that's the only part of the source material that mentions someone's hair having any change to white. But yeah, the skunk hair, not a fan. But since I want to focus on things we do like, I really enjoy Poor Thing, that whole sequence when Mrs. Lovett is relaying what happened to to Lucy with the judge. Like, first off, I love a montage in a movie musical. I think montages in movie musicals are super powerful. The juxtaposition of seeing the barbershop in its heyday when you see the same space but lit beautifully and warmly, and you see Mary Poppins holding the baby and everything, so beautiful and such a stark contrast. And then the actual party scene, the way that they use the masks, the camera blocking, it's so unsettling in such an effective way. That whole sequence to me that's Burton doing things right for one of the only parts in the movie. Everyone else's favorite sequences.
Well, since you mentioned one of them, it's a short sequence, but I'll give it a nod. The scene where she's at the party, that had me jacked up. That was some Kubrickian like stuff. It was.
I was
great.
Gonna say it's No Eyes Wide Shut, but
yeah, well, that's where I was going with it. So yeah, I mean, it was like, that had me see. That's the sort of thing that freaks me out. All the blood and whatever. That scene that had me wrecked. I'm like, oh god, like I forgot that was in there, and it's really jarring. It's at least for me. So that one, and then I think my other one, it's not even, I don't even know if it's a sequence, but it's a scene that stands out because it's something that really felt like I felt it whenever he's singing the song and he's like, everyone's got to die, even you.
Oh,
and
right.
like that scene, that freaks me out. I was like, oh, he doesn't care. And so and then I don't know if it's the scene, I think it is the scenes that follow it, the montage of him killing everybody.
I do love that sequence too.
I am a sucker for classical music. Like when I say classical, I mean instrumental. So score playing over people getting killed. Like on nice lilty, and then, people are just dying. I love the contrast there.
Yeah, and that was the one sequence where I was almost able to watch the throat slashings, and I'm not sure why.
It's very poetic. It's very graceful looking compared to the Pirelli scene. That one's a little more like.
That was no, can't do it. But also that's also when we get Mary Poppins having her chance to shine with her super fast patter song.
I will say that. So that thing when she does the set it on fire, I want some metal band to sample that at the beginning of their song or something. Because the way she sings that, I'm like, that's awesome. It's really good.
So good. Alex, favorite sequence?
I think it's embedded in what Jeanette just described, but basically when Sweeney. Yeah, I think it happens after he goes on about how everybody deserves to die. It's when when he goes out and he's like, "You sir, how about a shave? You sir, I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
But specifically that I'm very entertained, as you may by the transition where he's out in the street and then he and I'll never see my girl again, and he freezes in this pose up to the god, and then it cuts to him on his knees in the barber shop looking at Helena Bonham Carter, and she's like, that's all very good, but what are we gonna do about him?
Yes, that was hilarious. That was
that transition, that sequence. I appreciate that they went there. So because I don't think I don't remember what they do in the stage show, but I would imagine it's somewhat difficult to recreate that moment, but anyway.
I was rewatching the Emma Thompson, the Lincoln Center production, bits and pieces of it earlier today, and it's almost exactly that, just without the benefit of being able to cut from one setting to another. So he just finishes the song in his big Broadway showstopper way, and then there's just a silence, and then Emma Thompson comes in and she's like, okay, well, that's very nice, but also what do we do about him?
Yeah, so that humor's there. Yeah.
So I think the timing pending the moment can still land on stage, but not as effectively as.
Yeah, it doesn't have that doesn't have the jarring transition of you just saw this big epic shot of him in a bunch of crowd of people, and then that instant cut to him just.
It also makes you question what he was literally doing in the space, because we clearly seeing his imagination. So yes, that's hilarious. Lisa, favorite sequence?
I think I would go with The Worst Pies in London. I loved what he did with, again, the cockroaches and the super close-ups with her making the pie, and it just all being in time with it. Because I thought when I've seen the recordings it's like one of the boringer songs for me. It's a little bit of a snoozer. Not to say like no one does it well, but like it was in relation, like with, Helena doing it brilliantly with her voice, as well as like the choreography of it all was like really nice. And I don't like, you can't do that in a stage production unless you have like a camera projecting what the actor is doing. And I would also say like I enjoyed, all the slasher montages. That would be the second, even though I was like, oh my God, stop. And then the third would be the end sequence of like, I think it is a little campy, but I did enjoy Sweeney just shoving Helena
into the oven
in the furnace, and then like the terrible animation of her burning. Like that was intense. And then the very tragic moment of him and Mary Poppins. I liked how that was, but that end sequence made me kind of feel that like it would have been a more interesting movie if Baz Luhrmann directed it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, think about it, guys.
Oh.
Think about it.
I don't think the world's ready.
No, like
that would be a good version for sure.
Yeah, like keep everyone cast as they are. Fine. Like keep Johnny Depp, keep everyone. It's fine. Like keep it all. But just with Baz Luhrmann's vision.
But can we get a Tarantino Sweeney Todd?
Whoa!
No.
I mean, we see like versions of that. I think there's, I don't know. There's like there's so many films that Tarantino's done that basically are like throat slitting, blood everywhere.
Right. But now
I was really thinking. I was like, I don't know what made me think of Inglourious Bastards. I don't know what made me think of it. Just now. I was like, I don't know what we were talking about, and I was like, oh.
No, see, I want to see the Julie Taymor Sweeney Todd movie just because of Titus and how much I love Titus. Because Titus is equally bloody and also has people baked into pies, which is very specific, but it's another movie that has that.
More people pies.
Yeah, more people pies. Yeah, no, I want to see the Julie Taymor because I think she would make it easier for me to watch, but it would still be stylized.
Yeah, but would she use the inflatable like costumes like in Spider-Man the musical? I don't want to see that.
Oh my gosh, that would be okay. Yeah, when we do the Julie Taymor marathon. And we just watch the movies get progressively weirder and worse.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that. Yeah. Mary, favorite sequence in the movie, please.
Okay, so I'm glad I got to go last because I was really struggling. I think the By the Sea is my favorite. I just identify so much with Mrs. Lovett. Like that is my outlook. There could just be, this grumpy person who does not give a shit about what I'm talking about, but I'm just going to project like this beautiful holiday that we're on. And like, I identified with her. She's such an optimist. I think it was just, that was a fun one. And the song in the musical is way different. I think like there's a lot more lines in it. If I recall correctly, I just remember thinking that's not the same song. But I can't remember how they did it in the actual musical. I can't even imagine.
I'm trying to remember. I have this image of Angela Lansbury just in her pie shop singing to Sweeney.
Maybe she is.
That's probably all it is. Yeah. Let's check the comments. Lila says that ballroom sequence is more horror than any of the killings. You can absolutely see that. And I will always call her Mary Poppins. Yes. And I feel that this is definitely the movie where, this is the period when Burton was fully a brand. I think he still is, but when you look at the stuff he's done since then, I think he's moved away a little bit from the Burton-y elements.
But see, this is where I get hung up. So this is where I get hung up. Whenever people start kind of saying this about Burton, how like it's the Burton thing. And I'm like, yeah, but then some people are like famed for all of history because they're the Kubrick thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing. Like like they show, how they have the thing they show an apple and they show how it's painted by every painter that has a thing. Like, it's a thing. Like Lisa said, Baz Luhrmann has his thing. And like, you can look at it and go, oh, I got two choices and they're both this person. Like, I know who that is. And like, I don't know. I think that's where I'm coming from because I'm like, but I like that thing. And if you like that thing, then you don't call it a thing. You just say it's amazing. Like that's like so much more with Burton. I feel like when people talk about it in conversation, that's how it gets addressed.
Is it because like people don't like the aesthetic of his thing?
I think because it does tend to fall under, in my opinion, cartoony or campy or whatever, right? Like that is what it kind of falls under, and that's its attributes. And then like somebody else's thing has other attributes, right? But like some of them might include cartoony or campy. His just happen to fall together there, I think. But it's also that dark contrast, right? And this movie kind of did that, like when they did the by the sea scenes, especially. Those are very, very Burton-y, right? Like they super contrast. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's my soapbox. I guess.
Oh no, it's a good soapbox.
It's my director that I defend all the time. I'm like, okay, but why is he like less than? I don't know.
No, I get that. I feel that, and I Vince and I had a conversation about the by the sea sequence and how he disliked it. Feel free to add more into the chat, Vince. But like, I kind of enjoy the aesthetic of like the, I don't know, the gothy looking characters with a very bright, sunshiny setting.
Yeah. And
yes, it is very reminiscent of, I think what Vince had said was like the Queen of Hearts from Willy Wonka. It like, there was a little bit of hearkening to that. But I think maybe it's just more of like a personal like taste kind of thing that people are
for sure. I think that's what I'm saying is like, I'm like, some people like like we just said Tarantino, and some people like, and like again, you can just look at it and go, well, yeah, that's what that is. I can tell you right now. Like, some people you can't do that with, like Spielberg movies. I would argue that's not super easy sometimes, but his stuff's so all over the board. I wouldn't really say there's like a thing I look at and go, oh yeah, other than like, those action shots, I guess.
Yeah.
His thing.
Like, he doesn't have perspective. Yeah. Was that?
He doesn't have a strong thing.
He doesn't have like a visual, like an aesthetic, I guess is what I'm getting. Like it doesn't most of the time it doesn't fall that way.
Yeah.
So I think he might escape it, but I mean, God knows he's made enough movies to work his way out of multiple boxes. So
yeah.
No, I think my take with Tim Burton and people who have a very distinct style is that I like strong choices, and I love the Tim Burton style to look at 100% because I think that's a strong choice and it's visually beautiful. But then the flip side of that is I'm not a fan of, and not to say that that's what he is doing in this movie or even to blame him of ever having done it, but I'm not a fan of when a director tries to prioritize the way that they make movies over making a good movie for what it is, as like just taking a movie and thinking I have to make it look a certain way because this is my trademark, this is my style. Like the Burton-esque aesthetic and everything and the Burton look, like I feel when I think of like Edward Scissorhands, that is everything meshing together perfectly for me. That's where the Burton style matches the world of the film perfectly. In Sleepy Hollow, I think it was Burton serving the film beautifully and adding in little tastes of the thing that he does in ways that made sense in like the reality of the film, like when the family's getting murdered and then the kid has that like the lamp that's projecting things on the walls, like that is classic Burton, but in a way that makes sense in the reality of the film. And then kind of where this movie loses me is Johnny Depp's skunk hair, because it's a Tim Burton movie, and I almost feel like the producer said, put a skunk thing in his hair. But when I think about recenter Tim Burton movies I really like, Big Eyes comes to mind, because to me that movie feels very Burton-esque, but it's also not obviously Burton-esque. Like specifically, there's a scene when the two of them... It pains me
that's his only movie, I think, that I haven't seen, and I love Christoph Waltz, and I still haven't
love
seen
it.
What?
I love it so much. There's this one scene where Christoph Waltz and what's her face, Amy Adams, and it's like 3/4 of the way through the film when they've had success and they're rich or something. They're in their house, and then he just plants this light from like a neon sign outside their window so that it's within the world of the story, lighting the movie in a very stark red light way that's like flashing and turning on and off to complement what's happening in the scene. And to me, it feels very early Tim Burton in a way that I adore. So I just like when directors are, yes. Oh, I should have programmed it for this.
Yes, you should have.
I know. Well, we can come back next week and talk about it. I mean, well, actually, yeah, we don't have anything scheduled. Who wants to do Big Eyes next week?
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Should we do both the bigs? Big Eyes and Big Fish?
Big Fish.
Oh my god.
Big Burton night. Let's do
and
Big Burton night.
And then we'll transition into Tom Hanks ones and we'll do Big.
Yes.
I love this idea.
Adore it. Adore it so much. Okay, wait, hold on. I have to jump into the comments. Brittany's here. Woo! Excited to see we're talking about this movie. Brittany loves it. I didn't know you loved this movie, Brittany. I would have had you on to talk about it. Tim says that murdering Turpin is a highlight. I can get that. I think it's important to have when your main character is an anti-hero or a bad person, it's important to have someone who's worse than them. So, well, is Turpin worse? Kind of. Well, does he kill? He kills less people. I don't know.
In a different way.
Intuitively, he's worse to the audience.
He sentences children to death. We saw that
by hanging.
Yeah, and also I would say it was bittersweet watching that scene this time because this was my first time watching since Alan Rickman has actually passed away. So I was like, oh, that wasn't quite as exciting of a scene this time.
Oh, I see. Seeing Alan
no longer here.
Oh, yeah.
What do we have here? Tim's style is unique and different, which makes it beautiful. 100% agree.
Makes it beautiful.
Oh, Jeanette, that's why you're friends.
Yes.
Yes. Delightful. By the sea.
Yeah. I did want to say you mentioned the skunk hair thing a number of times. You seem really very stuck on that. I'm not an expert on this, but you're the one who specified that in some original source material that Toby's character is supposed to develop white hair from the trauma. Doesn't that create a rule in universe that trauma causes white hair? And wouldn't Sweeney Todd's trauma be a justification for white hair?
One would think, but this movie doesn't.
So
really
if anything, the Tim Burton portrayal is the most in universe, like true to the universe lore. It's the most like accurate representation of Sweeney Todd.
All on stage, and I don't know if this is written into the book of the musical. I just know it's what they did in the OBC production with Angela and that other guy. But his hair goes totally white. He's not like Anna in Frozen. It's not just a streak. He doesn't go Anna. So,
which may be a commentary on how the resilience or lack thereof of kids, or in fact, it may be a commentary on the trauma itself and how perhaps Toby's trauma surpasses Sweeney Todd's trauma in some way. I don't know. I'm not the I don't
know. Would you say though that Toby's trauma does surpass Sweeney's trauma?
I don't know. No. I haven't thought about it.
What we know of him. No.
Well,
I don't know.
So what is Toby's trauma, right? Toby's trauma is
he watched somebody get murdered.
He's an orphan.
Hey. He didn't watch.
Well, I mean, he was abused by Pirelli first off. Yeah. So Pirelli abuse.
And before that, he was in that.
Is that really abuse? No.
I mean, I'm just saying for the time. He was
scraping his poor hand.
Yeah, he was sharpening the straight razor partly on his knuckles.
Was like blamed of absolutely no crimes. Away on a prison ship. His wife, presumably to him, is dead, and his daughter's about to be like statutorily raped by some weird judge. So
Todd's main trauma, like his white hair trauma, is sort of his origin story. And then Toby, he's also, don't forget, he's been trapped in a room prior to his white hair. He's been trapped in a room, left to die or be killed by this woman that he just finished singing a ballad to, saying nothing was going to hurt her, that he would do anything for her. So, like, think about you and your mother, or or somebody who you would do the world for, and you just poured your heart out towards them. Or for them, and then they lock you in a room with body parts and skeletons, and it becomes clearly obvious that.
Well, then that little butthead had to kill everybody. So.
Yeah. Trauma hurt people.
Yeah, but I don't think one type of trauma should discount the other
Oh
person.
no, yeah, and I agree. I wouldn't. Yeah,
White hair for everybody.
it's hard for me
White
to
hair
argue.
for everybody.
White hair.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Yeah,
his
this-
wig was white, wasn't
I mean,
it? Before he
you've
took
had
it
me.
off?
Oh, I guess. Yeah. No, well,
Maybe
Alex, you've had
not.
me second guess my take on the skunk hair, but I don't think the heart wants what it wants, and it dislikes what it dislikes. The heart.
I
dislikes the white
respect
hair.
that. I just wanted to, I wanted to be a temporary obstacle, and I think I
Okay.
succeeded.
That's your skill, Alex. You're the best temporary obstacle. So, there it is. Chat seems to agree that Todd had it worse.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not everyone can suffer.
He's like
Everyone.
suffering to the very end.
Okay, hold on. What happens? Maybe I missed this. What happens to Toby at the end?
In the movie, he just kills Sweeney and then it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. This is a good thing. Like Brittany brings up a good point. We haven't really touched on the difference between the movie and the musical ending.
Yeah, you mentioned briefly, but yeah.
Yeah. So how do we feel about, basically, just for context, first off, the movie ends the way we all know. He kills Sweeney, and then it just ends with that shot of Sweeney bleeding to death, holding his wife who he didn't realize he killed. And then the musical, I believe, ends with that scene, but then Anthony and Joanna run in and see the aftermath. And then it's, I think, implied that they are traumatized but get to live together kind of happily. Then the Ballad of Sweeney Todd comes back in.
Yeah, Toby, I think
and
Toby
what
has
happens
lines saying like, back
what
away,
happens
like,
to Toby.
Toby goes insane.
yeah, I
And
think that's the
I
implication.
feel like they imply, or maybe they outright show us, that he's taken away to a hospital, maybe? Or maybe I think.
Okay.
I don't remember that, but I think
Or
it's at the very least it's
But it
implied
says
that he's
Toby gets
gone
arrested.
crazy.
The police
Yeah.
come in.
Oh,
That's what we're seeing
Because
in
he's
the chat.
surrounded by all these dead bodies. He's
Yeah.
probably the culprit. This tiny child.
Mhm. So, yeah, what do we think is a stronger ending? Do we think the movie made a solid choice to end with, on the note of just Sweeney finally dying with Joanna? Or would we have liked to have seen the mini resolution with the others?
I like the movie ending. Between what you've just told me, I've never experienced it, but that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. Plus, again, I could give two hoots about Anthony and Joanna. So
yeah, I don't know, but the movie does, like, Anthony and Joanna are a part of the story. So
Yeah.
the only thing that I would say is I don't necessarily think that the ending of the movie ought to have been different ultimately. The only thing I would say is that if you're not going to make it the stage play ending and have like some kind of post Sweeney Todd, like I like the tableau, the imagery, that whole, the artistry of it and the style and all that kind of stuff. It's a cool shot and moment to end the show or the movie. But I would personally want them to include like a scene beforehand of Anthony finding Joanna and just saying, come on, let's go. Something like that, where it's like, okay, you've put some kind of resolution. Like we didn't just have Joanna waiting in this, barber chair or whatever. And who knows what happens to Anthony. Like, yeah, I'm not in love with their story per se, but they are like part of the tale. And so, yeah, it's like, to me, that's one of my like minor gripes with the ending of the movie is that it feels unresolved. It feels the overall story feels unresolved. Yes, Sweeney Todd's dead. But yeah, there's Joanna and Anthony, they're part of the tale that the movie doesn't really address at the end.
Other thoughts?
I mean, I feel like if Anthony and Joanna's characters were written better or even acted better, maybe I would have cared to see their conclusion. But because I did not care for them, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm more enthralled with, just ending where it ended with Sweeney in that pose. That was very traumatic. Again, like lots of blood. But yeah, I don't know. I think if they did resolve Anthony and Joanna the way that they do in the stage play, it might have come across like what happened in Sleepy Hollow with like them just like living a lovely life and like they're just walking into the city. And I don't know if that would have been as pleasing or satisfying as like that epic shot of like that pull away where Sweeney is bleeding to death. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I would need to revisit what the stage play ends like.
Yeah. It's worth reiterating that the stage play also, like reiterating that it does have the reprise of like the ballad, right? Like
the ballad, yeah.
It's the tale from Todd.
Mhm.
So that transition kind of makes it somber ending as well, even though Anthony and Joanna are together again. It's not like the play or the musical ends in like a la 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 la.
Yeah. There's that reprise. Yeah. I wonder why Tim Burton didn't include that song for the bookend purposes, because it seems so like such a good way to structure the story anyway. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I feel like including
because of the musical dislike genre. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I want to know why.
Yeah, I think like either making the choice to get rid of that song or to keep that song informs the overall style of the movie, because it's so much more theatrical to have a whole chorus of people singing like "Let us tell you the tale of Sweeney Todd," right. And so I think it would have, even though the movie would have ended to me far more satisfactory if we did get some form of that finale, it would have meant restructuring the film, but it would have restructured it in a way that I personally would have preferred. But for Burton's preference, if it is true that he doesn't like musicals, I guess it makes sense. Also, I think the last shot would have worked for me if I cared more about Depp as Sweeney, because I do think it's a powerful image to end on, but it only has an effective payoff to me as a watcher if it's a character that I'm invested in. And Depp as Todd, I wasn't invested in. So like on paper, I think it works, but for me, it doesn't. Mary, what do you think?
Yeah, I like how they tie it all up at the end in the musical, but I definitely don't think it would have really worked in the movie because that end shot is so dramatic. I could see if they did include the Ballad of Sweeney Todd song at the beginning and the end. They could have maybe done like
at some point during pre-production or early on in filming, Christopher Lee was supposed to.
Oh, interesting.
That would have.
Interesting.
I would
like as a lead chorus member, that would have been cool.
Or even if it was solo, just like if it was just Christopher Lee opening a book and being like, "The tale of Sweet," no context needed.
The tale of Sweeney Todd.
That's a good voice. Darn.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Yeah.
And possibly strange, but anyway.
Impossibly, yes. And this is the same issue that I had with the Into the Woods movie. I feel where on stage it has such a powerful ending because it goes out of the literal story and you just have the ensemble kind of reunite to recap the lessons learned or whatever. And musically it's beautiful, but then when you have to make it into a film and you have to put it into a more literal setting, then it kind of makes you realize how little there is that's actually happening. Like the end of the Into the Woods movie just ends on the 4 survivors essentially having story time, which to me loses the emotional impact of reuniting all the living and dead characters to reflect on relationships that have been lost and moving forward. And they keep the music, but use it as the credit music. And that, well, whenever we talk about Into the Woods, I'll go on my soapbox about that. But it makes such a big difference when, like, it's so clear to me that certain things work better on stage. That's my takeaway.
Yeah.
So there we are. Who's ready for the game?
Game time.
Sure.
Game time.
So this is a writing down different answers every time kind of game.
Okay.
Oh, we weren't going to pantomime different death scenes from movies.
Damn it! I should have done that.
Fine.
So
I want to do that next time.
We'll do that next. We'll do that for the big marathon.
Don't worry. I'll organize a nice gory movie month and we can do that.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
Jeanette, what will you make me watch?
Things that you can't watch.
Not Terrifier 2.
Terrifier, oh gosh.
Apparently it's an Oscar contender, which makes me really angry.
I'm an old person that has not caught up with a lot of new horror. I'm still very stuck in the past.
I was at a dinner party where they played Terrifier 1 in the background, and it was the most unsettling thing.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
It was.
Yeah,
it was not fun.
yeah, you should, but
Yeah.
it's
I'll
got
tell
some
you.
pretty gross stuff.
We'll have a human centipede month. How about that?
Oh
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh no,
no.
no, oh no.
Yeah, as someone who was entertained by Human Centipede, the Terrifier scenes that I paid attention to were unsettling.
Yeah.
So-
What about Human Centipede 2?
I haven't seen that
Oh.
one yet.
That's
You
the one
wanna-
where they're a circle, right?
You want to really wreck your
Stop.
brain? You watch
Stop.
that.
This
I do. I do
Stop.
want to wreck my brain.
That's a wreck.
I do not wish to do that. Okay, so sadly, it's tonight's not based on the slasher side of Sweeney Todd. It's based on the musical theater side.
Yeah.
Way. Let's go.
So we're gonna play Name That Tune or Name That Hum. So kind of like charades and kind of like Pictionary, one at a time. I will show you the title of a musical, and you get to pick a song from that musical to hum for everybody else to guess. If the people correctly identify the musical, they get 1 point. If they correctly identify the song, they get a second point.
Oh, okay.
So I tried for the most part to pick musicals I assumed everyone would know, but I have backups in case I show you a musical. You're like, I don't know that.
You're
Lisa
like,
has
in
a
case
question.
Jeanette doesn't know this song.
So you show us the musical, and then we
Yeah.
get to choose the song and
Yeah.
hum it.
You
Now,
get to
what
choose
if
a song.
like nobody's getting it? Can you choose another song?
No,
I
you have to
think,
pick
no,
one.
I think we can just hum whatever we
Yeah,
want,
you have
right?
to pick one. You have to pick one song and
Oh,
commit to that song.
oh, come now,
Come
come now,
No,
Matt.
because the point basis is
This is gonna be
based
too
on-
hard.
No, if you get the song, you get a point. If you get
No
the
Yeah,
overtures.
they'll guess. Yeah, whatever song triggers their
overtures.
memory. Oh, it's this musical, and that's the song. It'll still work.
I'm gonna go with Alex. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
with
whatever
Okay,
one
fine.
that.
Okay, well, if we do that, then okay, no, we can make that work. I can make that.
Yeah,
Work.
it's,
Okay,
yeah.
fine. But maximum of 2 points per thing though, because
Yeah,
like if
okay.
someone
Yeah,
comes, like,
no,
three
not
songs out-
multiple
Oh, yeah,
songs.
no,
if
no.
nobody's getting it. If nobody.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If nobody's getting it, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will concede. We'll do that. And
then-
one, oh yeah.
Sorry, just one more question.
Oh, ask the question.
Does it need to be humming, or can you like do? Because
You
like
can
humming
do.
is a little
You
weird.
can la la.
You can do
La
you can
la?
la-las. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want the lyrics, but I want either doo-doos, la-las, or hums.
Okay.
That's what that will be the title of the game. Doo-doos, la-las, or hums.
I love it.
Actually,
We don't
Sounds
need to
kinda
know.
dirty, too.
We don't. I was gonna say we don't need to know what you do on your Saturday nights.
Great. We love it.
whatever happened to Saturday night? We
La 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 la
Don't
la
give
la
it
la
away.
la.
Now
Do
you
do
just.
do do do.
You just
Oh,
wasted
tonight.
1/5 of my musical knowledge.
Oh no,
That's my song. I have to sing it when I can. Okay.
gosh, I'm
and
nervous.
it'll be
I
1
know,
minute
me
for your doo-doos, ha-has, and lums or whatever we're doing. So 1 minute per
Okay.
person. So here we go. So Jeanette will go first. Everyone, please
Okay.
close your eyes. Okay. Well, no, let me pick one that I think Jeanette might know.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, Jeanette, what do you know? Okay.
I know a decent amount. I'm not letting on. I'm not
Okay.
letting on.
Okay. Can you do that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we
If
go.
I can-
Everyone, you may now look, and we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1.
Maybe I shouldn't do the title track. Hold on.
Right, no laughing. We need to hear.
Um,
Oh.
You have 30 seconds left.
Another-
Oh my god, why can't
They're
I
like the
think of that
greatest
one?
hits.
It's,
15
yeah,
seconds.
I know. I'm trying to think of like how to do the other ones. They're in my head, but I can't. I'm like,
The chorus, just the chorus.
I know.
All right.
Oh
2,
god.
1, and that's time. Everyone, please write down the musical and the name of one of the songs that Jeanette doo-dooed.
That I do.
All right.
Oh, the song
That she
too?
did. Yeah, well,
I
you don't
got
have to
the
do the
song.
song,
Or
but
the
you'll get
musical.
an extra point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 point for musical
Oh,
and an extra point if
gotcha.
you can name one of the songs. So up to
That's
2
killing
points.
me. One of the songs I couldn't do that I just couldn't spit out is killing me.
All right, and now we will reveal our answers. Alex, you go first.
Okay.
Grease. Okay. What? Okay. Lisa. Muppets. Kermit's cool. Kermit is cool. Okay.
I made
Mary?
it up. I don't know.
Grease.
Oh,
It was Grease.
Yay!
I believe one of the first song was "We Go Together," like Rama Lama Lemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the song that triggered me.
Yeah, I was trying to do the actual Grease opening theme, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I got what you were doing.
this
It was
is not
fantastic.
distinctive enough.
Oh man, that was good. Good job. Darn. Oh, no, I'm hearing it.
Okay. Alex, it's your turn. Everyone else, close your eyes.
All right.
Let me pick one. What will entertain me the most? Oh, this one. This will.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Everyone, you may now look. Alex, your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
La 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 la.
Keep going. Sing for me. Okay, time's up. It was 30 seconds, but whatever.
No,
I think
wait.
they know.
Right.
Remember to write down the musical and the name of the song.
Okay.
And if they're the same, write it down twice to get your 2 points.
Not that they are the same.
But they're not. But like if they
I mean, they may be.
Making me do double the work.
Or you could just write.
What if they just write the
times
title times? Yeah, times
two. Yeah,
two.
you can write times 2. I'd accept that. Okay, let's see. Jeanette. Phantom of the. You're correct. Double Phantom. Lisa. Lisa, were you phantom masking with your phone?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was hilarious because the camera was the eye.
It was right there. Yeah.
Mary. Very good.
Fantastic.
All right, Lisa, it's your turn. Everyone,
I'm
close eyes,
so
please.
scared.
Okay, what's going to be? What will entertain me? The
Okay.
most?
Oh, I hope I know it. Can you
Kind
switch
of-
it if I don't know it?
Yeah, I can. No, okay, I believe in you. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, everyone may now look. Your time starts now.
Do 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 ah do 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 do. Do I have to do any more?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we're good. Maybe I'll just make it 30 seconds.
Do you, a minute?
Ooh,
It was a
lucky
minute,
dog.
but like I think we only need 30 seconds. for
Lucky
this.
dog.
All right, let's see our answers, please. We'll start with Mary. Double sound of music is correct. Alex,
Oh, okay.
He's still writing.
sound of
Hills
music.
Are
The hills are alive with the. You just get 1 for that. 'cause
Oh, come
it is
on. He
Sound of-
totally gets it.
The title of the song is "The Sound of Music."
Yeah.
Hills are alive.
Oh, the title is "Stop the Hills Are Alive."
No, the title is "The Sound of Music."
Oh, then I don't get it. I can see to that.
Huh?
Jeanette, very good. Jeanette gets double.
Okay, so how do I earn points?
Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, you get points based on how many people get it right, but I forgot to do that for the others.
So just go with these.
So,
You don't have to. It's fine.
no, I should. You're right. Hold on, I can do this. So you'll get 1 point per person that gets something right, because then I'll get too confused if I give
Okay.
double and triple points. So all 3 of them got it. So you get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Alex, how many people got yours? All of them?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
1, 2. Jeanette, how many people got Grease?
All but 1. So 2.
2. Okay, there we go. We're caught up on points. Done. Mary, it's your turn. Everyone, please close your eyes. What do I want to give Mary? Yeah, why not? All right, everyone, you may now look, and your time starts. We're going to do 30 seconds now. Now.
Oh,
Dang, I have to pick which one I'm gonna do. Because the one I want to do wasn't in this, so 30 seconds. Yep. Do 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 do
Do do do do do.
Hey, Matt.
It's a duet. A
sing-along.
duet.
Yeah. Surely you got that right.
I did get that.
I got it.
Surely.
think so.
No,
But I don't want the
wait.
others to get it.
Time.
No.
And I don't know the titles of
Can you
songs.
do
for
a
them,
little
so I
bit
may
more?
not.
Can you do a little bit more of it, Mary?
Can you do something else?
Wait, have you seen the music? Oh, you can't. I can't ask you.
No.
Wait, have you seen this movie that you're guessing?
That was a silly question.
Is there a song you can doodle?
Do 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 da 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 da.
Oh my god.
You summoned the dog. Okay, that da 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 da. Okay, answers please. We'll start with Jeanette.
Hold on, I changed it when she sang the second song. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
Alex.
do I change? Do I have to change? I guess the first
No, you
song.
don't have to. Yeah, yep. Alex, you get 2. It is
Okay.
Sweeney Todd. The first song was "By the Sea." Technically, "By the Sea," but I'll give it to you, Alex. Is the words.
Oh,
are. Lisa.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
Mary, "You're Down by the Sea" sounded an awful lot like Skid Row from Little Shop of Horrors.
A little bit.
That was what I
Oh my
originally
gosh.
wrote, and then when you sang the second one, I was like, "Well, that's not in Little Shop of Horrors."
I have such poor listening technique. This is terrible. You did such a good job, Mary.
She goes,
Yeah.
"It has nothing to do with you."
I could see in your eyes, Lisa, that you recognized it from having heard it recently, but you could put it
Oh,
together. Okay.
that's why
Jeanette, Jeanette, it's your turn. Everyone,
It's
please
my
close
turn.
your eyes. Okay.
Okay. Can I ask one thing before they?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll give away too much. Is a lot of it the same as what's in the
Yeah, yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. We may all look now. Time starts now.
Yeah, okay, that's one.
Da, 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 da. That's time.
Uh,
I know which show that's from. I just know the song.
no,
Okay, so
complete guess here.
Mary will go last. Alex, let's see
Well,
your answer.
you do want to give me time to guess the show?
Let's go fly a kite.
Oh,
Okay, well, yeah, no, you can
You
guess
have
the
one
show.
point. Yeah.
Well,
guess the
okay,
show.
so like Oliver.
No, you're wrong, but you got the song. You got a
Okay,
point for the song.
now, no, I said Les Mis, but now I know it's Mary Poppins. I know it's Mary Poppins now.
let me clarify for you, Lisa. I have, nor do I have any intention of ever seeing Les Mis. I'll just say that now. Just zero interest
Oh my God.
whatsoever.
Mary? Yeah, of course.
Good job.
Look at all that. I was like, she didn't get all these.
Good
All
job.
right. I can't remember if I gave you the points for this prematurely or not, Mary, because I just knew you would get it. Who knows? Maybe I'm giving you an extra point now, or maybe I didn't give you enough. Whatever. Okay, next. Who's? Oh yeah, it's Alex's turn. Everyone, please close your eyes.
Okay.
Wait, can you do this one, or do you need a new one?
No, I can do it. I just need to think for a second about what two songs.
Okay, let us know when you're ready. Everyone, you can look. Well, Alex will let us know when he's prepared, when the actor has prepared.
Yeah,
It's hard to think of a song like on the spot for some reason.
Okay, so I got one song, and then what's another one that's like iconic? And then okay.
Here we go. Time starts now.
All right. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la, whatever the intervals are here.
La 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 la
All right.
la
And
la la.
if anybody still needs help, I'll switch quickly.
Well, your time's up, but okay.
Oh, okay. Very okay.
Does everyone have their answer?
Yeah.
I can give a brief little.
Yeah, you can give a brief. You can.
All right.
Give a brief.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Whatever the intervals are. All right. That's
okay. That was
Gorgeous.
oh,
la 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 la. I would have la la la'd that song.
La la la.
La 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 la. Let's see our answers.
la la
Jeanette.
la la la.
All right, I'm just gonna guess this because I've never seen it and I don't know what he's singing. So.
Oh, I mean, what?
Jeanette,
That's
you did it.
Did I did it?
It's like this.
It's just like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Boom.
Yes. 2 points. Mary.
Yeah, I just guessed like Jeanette.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen this either.
Well done.
Something I haven't seen.
Nice.
Nice. Lisa, it's your turn.
Okay.
Everyone, please close our eyes. Can we do this one?
Oh yes. Okay, hold on. I need to
Okay.
think of the song.
Yeah. Everyone can look
Hold
just
on.
whilst Lisa thinks.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready. Okay, here we go. Time starts now.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'll do another one.
Oh,
Oh shoot, this one's a little harder. Do 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 do.
Time's up. I adore this game.
So good, I love it.
I just want to sing along to all of them. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll start with Mary this time. Mary.
I'm a little iffy on the show name, but I definitely remember the song.
Chicago is correct. That's not the title of the song, however.
Jeanette's
Oh,
I did it again. I've
Although it
never
could be.
seen this, and I did it.
What'd you do?
I just guessed.
And Alex? Correct. Chicago
Nice.
and Cell
oh,
Black
Cell
Tango.
Black Tango. Dang.
Yes.
I saw the movie, but I don't remember any of the music.
He had it coming. He had
yeah.
it coming.
I think it has more to do with my disdain for Renee Zellweger.
Oh, but she's so good. She's such a
Whoa.
good
Young
voice.
Renee Zellweger's great. It's only old Renee we don't like.
Lisa almost lost her inch all over you. Your face was like
It dropped. I know. I love Ray, no matter what.
The name on everybody's lips is gonna be Zellweger. So good. Best film sequence, like top 10 of all time. Love it. Okay, who's next? Mary's next. Everyone close our eyes. What would be fun? Oh.
It's weird how the soundtrack just falls out of your brain as soon as you see the name of the musical.
You can all look. Mary's in her thinking process.
Yeah, sorry. Wow. Okay. It's been such a long time. What? I mean, but also, damn it. Hang on.
Okay. Do you want to swap it out for a different musical?
Oh, nope.
You got it?
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay,
now.
here we go. Time starts now.
La 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 la. Da 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 da. Okay, the first part of that is the only thing I can remember, but it's la da da da. That's not gonna help, is it? No.
No, that was really helpful. Like I would have.
If you know what it is.
La 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 la. Is that?
Yeah, but what comes after that then?
Da 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 da.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh.
See,
wow.
that's it. That's it.
He
said.
She's like, that's what I was trying to
Wait, no, you were not.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Hold
Sorry,
on.
that was a bad one.
No, it was good.
Brittany made a request, and I feel like it's almost too deep a cut. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll add it. No, don't look in the comments, everyone.
Oh, I was going to see if you're going to highlight it.
I don't
but
even know what she's talking
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's see our answers. We'll start with Jeanette. Yes, it's double Mamma Mia. Alex, double Mamma Mia as well. Lisa,
I don't know why I didn't say double Mamma Mia. I said Mamma Mia and then Honey Honey.
They're similar.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And
they're-
I didn't do a
they're
great
all-
job with that, so
Oh, I
No.
thought it was outstanding. I
it was all Matt. It was all Matt.
No, but those first few notes, you nailed it.
kind of that the whole time.
Okay, Jeanette, it's your turn. Everyone, please close your eyes. What haven't I done yet? Ooh, can you do that one?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Sorry.
I want to know what it is.
It was Rent.
Oh my God,
Oh.
that one.
I don't know a single song.
Darn.
Yeah, I couldn't do that one.
I realized it's off the list now that one person had seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Not
can
really.
you do that one?
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah.
Okay, we may now look. Okay, let us know when you're ready, Jeanette.
Let me think of it. Okay.
Okay, and go.
I can probably do a different one. Hold on. Oh my God. See, you're right. It just all escapes you.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Got
it.
And that's time.
Okay, sorry. There's 3 songs in there, just in case you missed. That's how I'm working. Greatest hits.
They were good ones too.
It's so weird. You go to do like the title song for something, and it's really hard. A lot of times it's all words. You're like, I don't know how to do this.
All right, let's see our answers. We'll start with Mary. That's correct. Rocky Horror and
Oh.
Time Warp.
Oh my god.
Lisa, what did you put?
I'm so embarrassed. It's a hairspray.
It's a
I know Rocky Horror. Oh my
participation award.
It's not you, it's me.
Alex, what did you? Rocky and what?
Whatever happened to Saturday night?
Yeah.
Technically, it's called Hot Patootie, but actually, no, I think it is also called that. So
It's
you
in
get the point.
parentheses, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Hooray! Alex, it's your turn.
All right.
Everyone, please close your eyes. I'm gonna actually add this. This wasn't on my list, but we've had a request, so hold on.
Okay, I want to. Okay.
Can you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Everyone, you may now look. Of course. Who am I to doubt? You?
Of course.
What a fool. Okay. Wait, were you in this show?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
Go.
I've seen it before as well. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And here's another song.
That's the song you picked, really?
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Yeah, your time ended a long time ago.
I,
I
you have a great voice.
you picked. Oh, he's very talented. You for singing. You picked the most obscure song for the first one. And,
Well, I didn't want a repeat of the Phantom of the Opera.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I wanted to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeanette. Double Oklahoma is correct. Lisa.
I'm so embarrassed.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Beauty and the Beast.
What? What song did you think that was?
We need a Lisa app that's like Shazam, but it just
Yeah.
listens to whatever you're just,
But you put on Rocky Horror. Did you mean Hairspray?
yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Oh my God.
I'm failing so hard. Oh, this
Oh,
has nothing to do with anyone's talent.
oh, what is
It's my lack of hearing.
Well, participation trophy. Mary, what would you write? Double Oklahoma.
Amazing. Amazing.
Nobody got the first one?
It was
The
Lonely
first-
Room.
One.
Lonely Room.
Lonely Room.
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
I'm
some.
just lucky you sang that second one. I've never seen it, but my mom used to
Yeah.
burst. My mom used to burst in the room and go, "Oklahoma, where the wind
Wind
goes,"
comes sweeping
for no
down the
reason.
plain.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Or if you've seen Twister.
Or Schmigadoon. We would have accepted Schmigadoon as well. Yeah. Brittany, yep, just for you. Just for you. And I'm glad that I love that you started with Lonely Room. Thinking that's the song people know from Oklahoma.
Song that I know, but
Okay. Lisa, it's your turn. Everyone, please close your eyes.
Thank God.
Um,
Oh. Okay.
we can look now.
Okay. I only know one, like predominantly. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Go.
Do 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 do.
Beautiful.
Thank
That's
you.
time. Yes.
Sorry,
I would get it.
All right.
Oh wait,
Make
that's
a
the wrong
Good guess
musical.
It's a callback.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that one because I couldn't think of anything from that.
All right.
I mean, like, there's good songs, but that's the only one that sticks to my mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good. All right, let's hear answers. We'll start with Mary. Yes, of course, it's Hairspray and Good Morning Baltimore.
I should have gotten this, but I didn't see Hairspray.
Jeanette, what'd you guess? Beauty.
Thought I'd throw my 2 cents in there.
That's
That's
hilarious.
good.
Alex,
All right. Don't judge too harshly, but
Hairspray, Baltimore. Okay, you get a point for Hairspray.
Yeah.
Baltimore and me.
Yeah.
Lyric.
There we are. All right, and now Mary. Final question of the regular round. Oh, I have so many I haven't used. Which one?
Oh,
Well, we can
you're
keep
gonna
going.
just save them.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Okay. Alex, close your eyes.
oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
okay. Everyone may now look. Let us know when you're ready, Mary.
Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Got it.
Do, 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 do. La 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 la. Do 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 do. My dog loves it when I sing. He comes right over. Like, this is great, Mom.
And that is time. All right, Jeanette, let's start with you. Yes, it is Double Beauty and the Beast. Alex? Yep, Double Beauty and the Beast. Lisa? Double Beauty and the Beast. Well done. Alex and I both did that show.
Oh.
Together, in fact.
Together. We were in the same. Guess who we were? Guess who cast us? Cast us right now. See if you
That
know.
was Gaston, and Alex was a Chip.
Was Chip okay? Mary,
I
cast
wanna
your
see,
vote.
Lumiere and Cogsworth. I think you guys would be awesome, Lumiere and Cogsworth.
That would be who was who if that was
Oh,
the case.
I feel like Alex would be Cogsworth. He's
No,
a little
what?
bit more
Really?
contrary. He's
That's
No,
contrary.
totally
this one.
opposite.
Matt is Lumiere because he's more, I don't know.
I
Can
take
see
it.
who doing
More
this.
French. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Chevalier
I
de la
mean-
table ronde.
Ooh.
Alors, c'est le vin bon.
I mean,
I've sang in French before. Mais oui.
I think Matt's the Beast and Alex is Belle.
You know what?
Beautiful.
I have been Belle during Halloween before, so
There you go.
Oh.
there are some.
It's true.
Precedent.
It's true.
Well,
Some of
great.
you were right. Alex, you tell them.
I was the Beast and Matt was Gaston in our production.
That's what happened.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, we had no scenes together.
Yeah. Well, the way in our production for the transformation at the end, there wasn't the way we blocked it is that there wasn't time for me to be on stage with Matt fighting him and then transform back into the prince. So we had a body double go on as the Beast while I was getting ready for to pop out during the transformation as the prince. But for most of the show, I was the Beast.
Transformation was the most hilarious thing because the production kept changing it over the course of the first 2 to 3 weeks, but not telling the girl who was playing Belle. So Alex would change from the Beast into a human in slightly different ways every few performances, and she just got no notice. So one day he just like popped out of a trapdoor, and then another day people ran on with a magical cloak that surrounded him and wrapped him up, and then unwrapped him, and then he was a human. But Belle had no idea any of this would happen.
Oh no!
Wow.
So she just had to be planted downstage ready for whatever magic was going to happen.
That's
It was
amazing.
hilarious.
You didn't have to act surprised. You really, truly didn't know what was going to happen.
It's true. There were so many things about that production that were hilarious. But there it is. Yes. Yeah. So, well, do I have any extras?
I want to do more.
Okay, well, we can do. Actually, I think I have enough for one more round of everybody. So here we go. Jeanette, it's all you. Okay, actually, I think you can do. You will probably know this one.
Nope.
Really? Okay, never mind. Let's see. You might know.
There's one I'm hoping you have, but I can't tell you because there's people here.
Well, why don't you just do it?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty straighthtime.
Yeah. Everyone, you can look now.
Everyone,
Okay.
you'll know what it is. There's no way I know one that you don't know.
Let's go. Start. Time has started.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
And then I only can hum one part of this. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. But really, it's
On that your time. There we are. Okay. Alex, let's start with you. It is Double Little Shop. Well done. Lisa? Double Little Shop. Mary?
Sorry, I was in transit, but Double Little Shop. I for real knew that one.
I trust. I believe.
I trust everybody here.
I don't know
Okay.
the other song, but I do know that one.
Alex, you're up.
All right.
Everyone, close your eyes, please. Here we are.
All right.
Okay,
all
we may all look now.
right.
And your time starts now.
All right. Do. Oh God. Do. Okay, let's switch another one. La 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 la.
And that's time.
No, keep going.
All right. La la la.
La 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 la.
No.
Oh my god, I know
Dang.
the song. No,
That
I know.
second song is like
I'm
right
gonna
on
laugh
the
if
tip of
this
my
is
tongue.
not what I think it is.
Yeah, I can do the chorus.
Can you do it?
Yeah, can I do it, Matt? Just the chorus?
Yeah, you can do the chorus.
Now I see how this would be hard to do.
So, la 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 la.
Yes.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Answers. We'll start with.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeanette gets 2 points. Mary.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Okay, no points for Mary.
I did not know this
Honestly,
one. It sounded really familiar, but
I would have totally done Satisfied, FYI.
Remind you of my. Oh, it's called You'll Be Back, Lisa.
Oh, darn it. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
See, I would have done Helpless. That's my go-to.
My second option would have been Burn, but
Burn is
Oh,
good.
jeez, Louise.
Good one. That was a good one.
No, yeah, Satisfied. I could lay down that track so hard.
But I can see how, basically, other than Helpless and this one, how it's very hard to hum or
Da, 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 da.
'cause it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a
No?
lot of melodic stuff in that show. There's and then there's also what's Thomas Jefferson's song? Thomas Jefferson's coming home.
Oh, well, yeah.
oh, sure, yeah, but it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
bigger iconic songs, more of the greatest hit songs,
Yeah.
It's,
Helpless
yeah.
Burn.
Yeah, no, I
Or-
can. Da, da, da,
What
da.
about the Skylar sisters, the work song?
Mm.
Work, Angelica.
Do.
Do, 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 do.
We should just do a show where
But
we
it's like with the dudes.
Mary's like,
hum our
what?
way through
What
all
are
of
you
Hamilton.
talking about?
Okay. It's Lisa's turn, everybody. It's Lisa's turn.
Oh
Here
my
we
god. Okay.
go. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. We may all look.
Got this. Okay.
And time goes.
Do 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 do. And a second one is do do do. Do 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 do.
And that's time. You got the two most iconic songs in there. Brilliant. Mary, let's start with you. Yes, Wicked and
yes.
Defying Gravity.
I was like,
Jeanette? Yeah. Alex? Very good.
Iconic. Beautiful.
All right. And Mary, your turn. What do I have left? I think I might only have one left.
Something easy that is in my brain.
I don't know if this is easy, but I think it might be in your brain. We'll
All right.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
Oh, it's my old paper from
Oh,
one.
okay. Yeah.
Is it in your brain? Yes?
Yeah, I can do that one.
Okay. We can all look now. We can all look now. All right. Time.
Okay.
Oh,
I know the song. I don't know the show.
Do you need another one? A different one, Jeanette?
If you can give another one, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's your time. Well
Thank
done.
goodness.
that was really good.
That was. Lisa, you go first.
Old ones.
Double Singing in the Rain is correct.
And good morning.
And Good Morning. Alex? Double Singing in the Rain.
I don't know
well
why I
done.
keep writing it twice when everybody
Jeanette?
else is. I don't know why I'm doing that. Trying
Due
to
diligence. It's okay. I like it.
overachieve.
All right. Now I will give you your points. And they're probably wrong because I got distracted. But Jeanette, you have 28.
Wow.
Alex, you have 28.
Okay.
Lisa, you have 24.
That's not that bad for how bad I did.
Mary, you have 27. How many points do we want to wager for the bonus round?
Gotta go. Gotta do 27.
All in.
All in.
I'll do 28.
I'm all in.
Are you sure, Alex? You have a tradition of winning by saving.
I
one
know,
point.
but this is one of the rare occasions where the pre-bet, amounts I'm, top of the list. So
Okay, fair. Mary, are you doing all in, or are you gonna be strategic?
I'll do 25.
25.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. Okay. I feel like this question might be too easy. It's just a normal write down, and there's no humming involved. I think it might.
You're not
too
gonna hum
easy?
anything?
What's that?
You're not gonna hum anything?
Oh, I can't. Do you want me to? Should that be the bonus round?
Yeah. No, go with your original question.
Well, the original question. No, okay, whatever. No, it's probably too easy, but whatever. Here we go. Who originated the role of Mrs. Lovett on stage?
Oh, that's so easy. Of course.
I don't
think that's too easy. I don't know about that.
What's her last name? I got her first name. What's her last name?
I'm not certain.
That makes me think I got it.
I'm
wrong.
not certain either.
Oh,
I
perfect.
Feel
I feel like it's not too easy then. Hooray.
I feel like I know it. Just
Just
'cause
the right
I
amount of easy.
feel like it makes sense.
Okay.
Oh,
hold on.
yeah.
Can I write down 3 people. Like,
But I read 3 people. No.
You can write them down, but you have to pick which one you want to go with.
oh my god. The
I don't know how to spell her name. Should
Sorry.
be clear who I mean.
Oh, I don't know.
Lisa will start. Lisa.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Angela Lansbury. I've written down her first name.
Okay, Angela Lansbury for Lisa. All right, Mary.
Yeah, that's who I went with too.
Angela Lansbury. Okay, Jeanette.
I put Bernadette Peters.
Bernadette Peters. Okay, Alex.
Oh.
I did the same thing with different spelling.
Okay, so my other
Oh.
2 were Bernadette Peters and Patti LuPone. And
I feel like this is the one major Sondheim role Bernadette probably hasn't played. Thinking back on it.
oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
Except for the time she did, right?
no. So who said it's Angela Lansbury? Who said Angela Lansbury? Down there. Okay, so hold on, I have to do math because I legit don't know who won this.
Mary won. I only had 24.
48.
Yeah, Alex and I
Over.
both got it wrong, and Lisa had.
What's
less
27 plus
points.
25? Is it more than 48?
I don't know, but she won.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, she did. She won. 52. 52. Yay, Mary!
Yay!
Hey, Mary!
I think that's the longest a game has ever gone. It was almost
That
an
is-
hour.
Oh my god, no, that was so much fun.
That was so much
Oh,
fun.
Wasn't it? We should always do
Yeah.
sing-along games. Oh my gosh, love it. Fantastic. All right, well, any closing thoughts on musical theater? Sweeney, Todd, Tim Burton, or slashers?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, go
Lisa,
for it,
you go
Alex.
first. Okay,
Oh,
Alex,
okay.
you go first. One of you go first.
Yeah, quickly, I'll just take the reins here. No, I just wanted to say that it kind of dawned on me during this discussion that I think for me, the movie of Sweeney Todd, I think the reason why I lean towards enjoying it more than the stage show is because I think it's more entertaining to me. I think
Okay.
I find the film entertaining. However, I think I find the play and the source material. I think there's like depth and darkness and substance to it that the film doesn't actually do a great job of showcasing. I think the film kind of has a superficial quality to it for me. So there's a lot of entertainment and a lot of like comedy and visual things that are visually interesting at times, and things of that nature. Whereas I think, like if I get into the meat of Sweeney Todd, of this, traumatized character, this dark, brooding character, this murderous character, and this sort of scary world that he's living in, and this big black dark pit called London, where the vermin and filth are all festering. I think the play is probably where I'd go to get that. So yeah.
Well said. Good closing argument. Lisa?
Okay, it's not a closing argument, but I just want to note that Anthony, if he was written as a lesbian, I think it would have been very much more interesting. He looks like a lesbian actor that I really adore. Her name is Ava Capri. She's done some things, and she looks like him. Oh.
Yeah, she does.
She's gone now. But yeah, no, I can see
No.
it.
Every time I was like, this would have been a much better story of like a U-Haul lesbian story if that pertained to the time. But that's just my final thought on Anthony and Joanna.
He agrees.
Amazing. I'm glad of mine.
Hey, we love a period lesbian movie.
We do. Yes, we do.
Let's clarify. We mean period of time.
And also,
Speak for yourself, Jeanette. Thank you. All right.
Oh, amazing.
anyway, yes, that's it.
Nice. Mary?
Look at this adorable, tiny little Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh my God, stop.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the DVD you have. For whatever
Yeah.
reason, I pictured that it was the Angela version, but it's the Lapone.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, Lapone played Mrs. Lovett?
Lapone played Mrs. Lovett twice.
Yeah. In this version.
What an
Yeah.
icon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a fantastic Mrs. Lovett. Well, she's quite good with the Sondheim as well.
Yeah.
She does well. She does well. Jeanette, closing thoughts on Sweeney.
So on Sweeney, like I said before, I think it's a great movie. I think it's probably better served if you've never seen the musical. I think that's what I've taken away from this. I think it's fantastic. If you don't like people sing talking, though, I would say you should probably not watch any Sondheim because that's kind of what it is. So yeah, it's pretty great. And then I've already said my piece on Tim Burton. I think that because he was so successful, he gets kind of in a box, and people don't like that box sometimes. So, but I appreciate everything that he's literally ever done. Even Alice in Wonderland, our poor little redheaded stepchild. But yeah.
What about Dark Shadows?
Oh, I love Dark Shadows. I thought that was a great camp attempt from him, like his best one since Ed Wood. So yeah, I liked it.
So many more Burton movies to watch. Well, maybe next week we'll do Big Eyes and Big Fish. We'll see.
Yeah, Big Fish Eyes.
Big Fish Eyes.
Guys.
Love it. Love it. All right, friends. It's that time. Tell all the friendly people watching who you are, where they can find you, and anything else you want them to know.
Hi, I am Mary. Jolly Holiday with Mary. I just started doing day in the life videos instead of a whole week because my videos were getting too long. So now we have a bunch of shorter ones. So if you like just, following people around their random lives and seeing adorable Boston Terriers, check out my channel. And if you like pink and purple and pastel goodness all over the place, check out my Instagram at MaryDarlingXO. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Mary. Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex Titai. You can find me on Teacup for One, most likely. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Delightful.
Hi, everyone. You can find me on Instagram at Lisa_A_Alves. And follow at Cahoots Theater because we got a show coming up in like 2 weeks called Our Place. And if you're in Toronto or in the GTA, you can catch that at Theater Pass Marai from November 18th to December 3rd. Thanks, everyone.
Thrilling. Thank you, Lisa.
Hey, so you can find me at TinkerJ787 on Instagram, and you can find me on We Like Theme Parks in both places, talking about all of my Disney things and all the Disney things. And you can find me here on Teacup for One.
Woo! Thank you, Jeanette. And if you're watching, this is my channel, Teacup for One. If you're watching, please remember, like the video, and if you're so compelled, leave a comment. I mean, I love seeing the comments in the chat, but if you leave a comment on the actual video proper, I feel like it helps the algorithms in ways I don't understand. Who knows? Anyway, please subscribe to me, to all the other folks who were here, and keep an eye out on the channel because maybe next week we'll be back to talk about either Big Fish or Big Eyes or maybe both. Who knows? Somewhere down the line, I dropped my hand sanitizer. Well, don't really need it anymore. Well, that's not true. We're still in a pandemic anyway. What was I saying? Yeah. So somewhere down the line, we are going to be doing a Stephen Sondheim marathon, not movie marathon, just talking about all the Sondheim musicals. That is likely going to be early January because the holiday season got away from me. And so there's no time to do Sondheim justice this month. But stay tuned because we're going to have more fun things coming up here on the channel, and the Sondheim marathon will be the next major thing that we do, followed by the Oscar movie marathon when Oscar season hits us once more. And I'm constantly praying to Stephen Sondheim that Terrifier 2 isn't nominated for an Oscar because I really don't want to force myself to watch that. But that's a hurdle we will cross in due time. Until then, friends, thank you so much for joining us. Join us, who knows, maybe next week. But until then, my name is Matt, and I have 2 degrees, and this has been the Tea Cup for One. How do I end this?